Welcome back, everybody.
Greetings.
Today in Can You Dig It Again, bringing you back to more of our saga. Alright, so, today we thought, you know what? Let's let you guys see more about us in memory lane, right?
Yeah, let's let you,
see who we were.
Yeah, we're in Mexico, penniless, okay? So this is our house. So I want to kind of explain to you
this is our house in Maryland.
How we got here hiding from cartels in our government in Mexico.
Yeah.
So this is our house. Actually, no, wait a minute. Let me be more specific. This is Ariel's house.
Yes, it is actually.
It's her house.
Yes, it is. The house that Santana worked extremely hard to get me.
I bought it, but I mean, it's still your house. It's your house.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this is my house. As you can see, it's a very beautiful home. It's the nicest house in the cul-de-sac. We're the only black family in the cul-de-sac.
I'm brown.
Well, whatever they want to consider us. I'm not even tan. I'm very pale right now,
That's
actually.
Fair. You're kind of like chicken skin. Uncooked chicken.
It's so accurate. It's so accurate. I hate that it's so accurate.
Yeah, listen, she's not usually this pale, but we have to hide in the house.
So I get no sun. And I live in Mexico. How crazy
and the sun is out
that? All day. All day it's out. And hot.
Very hot.
But my skin doesn't get any. So here we are. Uncooked chicken complexion.
So this is the interest. We changed the wallpaper because we like something more contemporary. And we changed the floors because we wanted we have the 6-inch hardwoods now.
Yeah.
We like the
so we remodeled it, but these are the pictures that we have available for you. This is
our
living room. This is the family room. This is where everybody every Sunday I would cook huge dinners on Sundays, and literally my house would be packed with
every Sunday at least 20 people every Sunday
without fail. Every Sunday. And I'm grilling, I'm cooking inside, I'm doing everything.
And we changed that. We got rid of that white chair, and we got brown. I mean, we got some charcoal gray, made it real sexy. I mean, it's sexy there, but we really did it up. This is our kitchen. Yeah, our kitchen is bigger than
this was my baby. This was the thing that I was like, Santana, please, can we please get this house? This kitchen, for any kind of cook or anybody who loves to cook, this is a dream kitchen, and you know it. And it's commercial. It's licensed to be able to run a restaurant out of it. I didn't, but I was pumping out food like it. And 30-foot ceilings. I mean, custom marble counters. I mean, stove imported from France.
That stove right there is $75,000 for that stove.
Yep. Yeah, it says French gas range. Yeah, it's a beautiful home. Come on, I mean, it is what it is.
Don't you? And that's our house. We still own that home.
Yeah.
And you're saying we own that home right now, but we don't have a penny in Mexico. That's weird to own such a beautiful home.
Listen, if I would see this couple, and then they said that that's where they lived, I would be like, yeah, right. Not those bums.
That's my house. I'm sorry. That's
one of our dining rooms. This is one of our dining rooms. Through these two doors, they are they French doors. They pocket doors. They slide through, and it enters into the second dining room where we had for like the kids and stuff. The adults would always come in this one. And, this is when we were fancy and stuff. We're definitely not fancy anymore. Like it's a beautiful home, but it's like hard to even recognize it now because it's like I'm so far removed.
This is a second living room.
Yeah, this was my special, actually my little special room that I didn't want anyone to be in. This is our library, our study area, our office. I missed that. This was full of all of my dad's books on that bookshelf. This is my master bedroom. You see the tall ceilings. And this way is going down towards the kitchen. The kitchen had its own set of steps to get down. This is my master bathroom, jacuzzi, nice big beautiful window to sit out and look out, taking a bath. I gotta tell you, it was a great life. It was a beautiful, beautiful life. But life doesn't matter when you have beautiful things if you have sick children. So this is my boys' room. All of the stuff was redone. And this is before we had the twins too. This is the Jack and Jill bathroom that the kids shared.
Upstairs, Santana.
And this is our patio deck. This is my grill. This is where I was smoking and grilling and whatever you can think of. I had a lot of fun here. And all the people who I thought were my friends and family had a lot of fun there. Man, were we stupid. Yeah, this is the back of the home. What you can't see is further back, we had a pavilion, a concrete slab pavilion, patio area where we could sit. We had a fire pit down there. We would do s'mores or whatever, or just, kick back, drink wine. At that time, we did not even smoke weed. We didn't smoke anything. We were drug free. We did like wine, but we didn't start smoking weed until we realized, hey, the world is really evil and corrupt, and they really knowingly are poisoning babies. So that's when we started smoking weed. So back then, we would just be back here just kicking it, drinking some wine.
I didn't start smoking until I moved to Holland.
Yeah, when we realized, wow, the world really is poisoning babies. Yeah, I started smoking
when I was 41.
Yeah.
41, 42.
Yeah.
So, the purpose of this call, the guest room?
Yeah, they don't even show the basement. Like in the basement, it's literally like a whole nice studio apartment. It's a
house because it's got 2 bathrooms. We have a wine. We have a
wine cellar that we turned into a gym.
I got my sauna.
Yep, and that high pitch, that noise that you hear, that's my son. That's my son that they poisoned. He can't hear very well.
He hasn't slept in 3 days.
Yeah, and he hadn't slept. Yeah, last night he didn't sleep at all. At all, he did not sleep. So me and Santana are literally running off of fumes. Santana just let me have like a 2-hour nap or so, just because I hit that wall. You know that I don't know if y'all remember that. What was that name of that Richard Pryor stand-up, Tana? I'm trying to remember the one. I think he's in the red shirt, but he said that when he had his heart attack, his body was just like, sit the fuck down. And that's what happened. He just collapsed. And I'm telling you, that's how I feel today, because we haven't slept in 3 days. So I wanted to show you guys the house. The reason that we're showing you our house is not to show off, because I could give a shit about any of these things anymore since I found out that, the government poisons babies. I know that all of this shit is fake and this ain't real. But, what matters is me getting my boys healed. But in order to do that, I would need to be able to be made whole from, when the state decided to send our money to someone else and let it deposit them the checks and forge his signature, and
the murder attempts.
The murder attempts,
the poisoning my boys.
Yeah, but in the process of all of these things happening, when we were in Mexico setting up the cancer clinic that a lot of you guys probably know about, because Santos Spinacci was also doing some things with the gentleman Christian at the time. Christian had the Tesla coil, so we were financing getting the machines built, and we were running a free clinic down there, just trying to get people healed. During this time, a lot of activity was going on behind scenes in Maryland that we didn't even know. At this time, we didn't even know all of these things were even going on. It wasn't until we came back and it was like, oh wow, okay, this is all blown up. So this house, this big beautiful house, as you saw it now, it looks nothing like that now. My house has been destroyed.
And nationwide insurance refuses to tell us
what
the conditions.
it looks like.
Give us pictures. They won't tell us anything about our house.
Nope.
However, they have went to all of my white neighbors to have conversations with them, even walked my white neighbors through my house.
Yep.
But won't tell us the condition of my house. So let me tell you what's going on. Forgive me if I'm loud. Today I am extremely in one of those places. This guy named Herman Munster, he is the attorney for Nationwide Insurance. And listen, I'm a little off today because I am high. And I'm high because this gentleman here has really put me in a place where I had to calm down because, this gentleman here, this gentleman has violated Jesus Christ. Man, this gentleman right here. This gentleman right here. Come on, guy. Let's big your picture up, buddy. This guy right here. This guy right here. Images. Let's go to can we make that picture bigger?
Can't just click on it?
This one? I don't know.
Yeah. Double click it? No?
It takes us back to his
All right,
ugly ass face.
Click that one.
It's ugly. I just want you to understand.
Click that. Can you click it?
Nope. I'll just click the image in. Copy image and I'll put it somewhere else. I'll put it here. I'll put it doc.
You can't pull it up from there. Your screen recording. So,
I just want a picture of his ugly ass. His name is Herman Munster. You can see him. You can get a good enough look at what he looks like.
Here you go.
No, I mean he's on the picture. We're sharing now. He's on the computer.
Okay.
They can see the screens.
No, I thought you wanted it bigger.
No. They can see his face.
Okay.
I want you to understand something. I renounce violence. I want y'all to listen to this because and I apologize for my tone if I feel if my energy is a little weird, but I had to get high before I did this guy right here and explain to you what kind of despicable people are on this planet. And I gotta tell you something. This guy is going to have a phenomenal situation. I swear to God. Anybody out there who is, I would say, a person, when you understand how despicable this guy is, you're going to hate this guy more than anything in the world. I swear to God. But as a father, I owe him something. And me and him are forever engaged. Ever. This guy, Herman Munster. So let me explain something to you. For those who don't know, our government participates in a program where they have criminals do things to you, steal from you, try to murder you, destroy your house, steal your money from your bank accounts. They hire criminals to do these things to regular citizens and refuse to prosecute. So, what's happening in this situation, just like the situation where you saw all of my money was stolen and my contract was stolen and I was terminated illegally. The exact same situation. This here involves my home. Now, I want you to understand something. This gentleman, Herman Munster, he is going to have a phenomenal existence. Me and him are always going to be close. He don't understand that the system that allowed him to do what he was doing to me, the system allowed you, they was literally trying to put me in prison. He conspired him. So let me tell you what happened. This gentleman right here, Herman Munster, he is the attorney for Nationwide Insurance. My home, Ariel's house, was insured by Nationwide Insurance.
Yeah.
So we got a phone call from our next door neighbor. Her name is Tina Carell. She says, "Hey, are you guys here?" And we like, "Nah, we still stuck in Mexico." And she's like, "Well, you guys is window
because she cuts my grass. You see how nice my lawn is? My neighbor is the one that takes. She's been maintaining my house since.
Yeah, she turns the water off and on for us, And so she says, your upstairs window is wide open. My window.
And she lives right there, so she knows it hasn't been open.
Right, and we're in Mexico. So
naturally, I say, call the police.
So what she did was she called the police.
Yep.
So, the police came, and when they came, they saw that the door was open.
Yep.
So, that house you saw, the door was open.
And the window was open.
Okay. So, the police goes in and walks through the place. The place is fucked up.
It's totally. It's from the sounds of it. It sounds like it's totally destroyed.
We have no idea.
We don't know
because they won't tell us the condition of our house. You understand? Our casa that we pay for.
That we paid them to go look at.
Right. You understand? So Nationwide Insurance refused to even tell us what's going on with our house. So instead of just doing a claim like what's supposed to happen if there's a burglary or anything, Nationwide Insurance instead connected and cooperated with the FBI, and they decided they were going to try to charge me for fraud.
Yeah.
Dig it. So check it out. Let me tell you how dirty this shit is. It gets so greasy. If you think yesterday's story's greasy, just sit back for this one. So, Nationwide, when my neighbor called the police, a police officer in Reisterstown, Maryland, by the name of Sinacroppy. His name is Officer Sinacroppy. He's a piece of shit. He forged and he put on his police report that it appeared that nobody had broken into the house.
Yep, he said it did not appear to be a break-in.
You understand? So then they put a report in. So then instead of talking to us, the homeowners, they went to all of my white neighbors. You dig? And we don't even know this is going on because we just like, okay, hey, whatever. So then, we find out that the house is fucked up. We talk to Nationwide Insurance, like, okay, what's going on with the house? Oh, we can't show you.
No, before that, I want to play the phone call from my neighbor so you can hear what happened when I tried to have just the adjuster come there for her to let the adjuster in.
So just listen. I apologize for skipping over. Listen, I apologize for my energy, but I swear to God, this is real. If you think what you saw yesterday was ridiculous, wait the fuck to see this. And I had to get high to be able to even tell you about these motherfucking, this guy Herman Munster. I'm not even going to say nothing about what's going to happen to him because if y'all see what the fuck he did and know who the fuck I am, y'all already know.
So this is my neighbor. She's the one, like I said, that's been looking over the house and everything. So she would let the agents come in that were coming to look at the house. Everything was normal as fuck when we started this thing.
Thought, okay, cool. Send the agents, agents to the house. Cool.
Right.
Do your thing.
So
let us know what's going on.
So when we didn't hear anything back from the agent that said that he went there, we called the supervisor of the agent and said, hey, he said that he went to the house and he was asking me some really strange questions. He texted us when he went to the house and asked us, did we finish all the repairs from the previous damage? So we're like, what are you talking about? So then we didn't hear anything else from him. So like I said, we called the supervisor and said, hey, what's going on? And he said, oh, well, we sent the guy over there, but he wasn't qualified enough to deal with such a large claim. So we're like, oh,
what's going on?
Right. So we're like, what?
Can you send some pictures? Right. Can you tell us what's going on with our home, bitch?
Right. So then he says, I'm going myself, and I'm going to take the high escalations insurance adjuster, Mark Swarovski. I'm going to go with him so we can do the house together, and we're going to do a video interview with you guys so you can see the house. So I'm like, okay, listen, everything is going normal. So I call my neighbor and I say, hey Tina, I have some other insurance adjusters coming. I just want to see if you're going to be home at that time to let them in. So she says, let me just play it for you.
Okay, the date is July 20th, Mexican time, Wednesday.
Hello?
Hey, honey. Okay, I can hear you better now. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, honey?
Okay. I was calling because we were trying to set up with the insurance people about the house.
Hey, Tina, it's Santana. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi, I'm good. How
Good.
you all doing?
We're hanging in there, dealing with the man as best we can. Come over here. The insurance folks is coming in on the 28th, which is
No, they coming. Oh, they're gonna close.
Right.
Yeah, 28.
the 28th, which is Friday. I'm sorry, which is I think it's, I'm not sure. And we was hoping that you would be able to open the door for them when they come past.
Okay.
So
Hear that?
perfect. Now I have a question.
That one insurance guy, he was a real asshole.
Explain.
He literally pushed himself way into my house and came in and insisted I was going to talk to him. I thought he was a real arrogant son of a bitch.
That's
I
weird.
don't know his name. I don't know his name, but he just pretty much pushed his way in and sat down at my table and wanted me to say, "Come on now, you know what's going on. How long they've been living there? You know they haven't been there at least, say, what, 2 years?" I said, "I don't know nothing. All I know is I did their lawn." And he just got bored and annoyed. Marina's been talking to him. She's the one that sent him up to me.
Who's
He said, "I was told to talk to you," and he wanted Ariel's number. And I said, "Well, no," he said, "Ariel, that you sent them here to me." And I said, "Well, she did." He said, "What's her phone number?" I said, "Well, if you talked to her, she sent you here to me, why don't you have her number?"
Duh.
right?
I said, "I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable giving out somebody's number without them knowing it."
And you know what's crazy? What's crazy is you called the police, right? Didn't you call the police?
Yeah.
So tell me what happened. Tell me what happened when you called the police, and why did you call the police?
Because I called Ariel and told her that the window was open up in the bedroom. I noticed it was open. And she told me to call the police, make sure there wasn't squatters or anything in there. So called the police and they came and he called back up and the two of them went in there and they said it was inhabitable to walk through. Don't walk in there, it's very dangerous.
So the police refused to walk inside? But didn't they think? Didn't they think?
They went in. They went in, but they went in and saw the basement ceiling was completely caved in, and said there was like 6 feet of water in it.
Didn't they say something about? Didn't they? Now, did they go up? Did they go there looking for a break-in, or like what exactly happened?
Yeah, they went through, walked through to make sure there wasn't no squatters or anybody in the house.
Did they go upstairs, or do you know if they went upstairs? Or?
I'm sure they did because they said they had to search the house.
Gotcha. And as far as turning the water off, did they call the fire department? Anything? Did they how'd that work out?
I think that's what they would have to do. Get someone to call the main line, get the main line off.
Mm-hmm. So did the police say they were going to turn the water, call the fire department, or did they ask you, or what they?
They just said that they got that it needs to be called in. And I phoned Tina then.
Mm-hmm.
I might need to call find out what we have to do to get that water off. And that's when Ariel says she'll just send somebody down there to go look at turn the water off. And I never saw that guy.
Right. Was it?
That was one of our friends that was at our house on Sunday.
Gotcha.
That was supposed to be. He never showed up.
And who was it? Was it? I guess was it Connie and Tina? Who was the first person do you know who went past there?
Tina.
Tina. Gotcha. So I'm gonna tell you what's going on, Tina. Someone, I guess somebody damaged my house, and they're basically trying to say that me and Ariel had someone damage our house to try to commit insurance fraud. So that's why I guess somebody was being very, very aggressive with you. So we were just, yeah. So
I'm telling you, he was very aggressive.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about this interaction either.
Yeah, like we just.
They haven't told us
We just
that,
found
they
out.
won't even let us
We were
see
just telling you
pictures
somebody's
and
coming
anything
over.
that they took of the house. Like we still don't
We
even
have
know
no
what the house
idea
looks
the
like.
condition of our
Because
house, except there's at
clearly
least 6
they're
foot of
trying-
water.
Listen,
There's at least 6 foot of water in our house. That's
Listen,
the only thing. You understand?
I wouldn't have even felt comfortable asking her to deal with my insurance shit had I known somebody had done that to her.
Like, no
And
idea.
she didn't even. And you know what? I love you, Tina. Tina knows all the shit that I'm going through. So you don't understand that 2 weeks had gone by. She never even bothered to even tell me what she had dealt with. You understand? Throughout all of this stuff, my neighbor Tina has been the most solid person through this whole thing.
And she is white.
And she is white. Exactly. So we don't play that color shit. We don't play that shit at all.
So you see this? The person who forced herself into my neighbor's house and assaulted my neighbor, I don't know if you can see that. His name is Stephen Cicadas. It's spelled Stephen Stephen, Stephen, and Cicadas with an
Sutkaytis.
He is an FBI agent. So instead of Nationwide just coming to my fucking house, looking at my house, and coming to talk to the owners, Stephen Cicadas went to my neighbor's house and pretended to be from Nationwide and pushed his way and forced his way. He assaulted my neighbor. He is an FBI agent. So him with the Nationwide agent, his name is Mark Sawatsky. Mark Sawatsky of Nationwide Insurance went to my house and conjured up a story and decided to make it seem like I was trying to commit some type of insurance fraud. Keep in mind that we filed we called the police, we called our neighbor, and we called the insurance company, and we're like, okay, everything is cool. Let us know if you need anything. Our insurance company has not asked us one single question. I'll repeat. My insurance company for our house that is in whatever condition that it's left in has not asked me or the homeowner one single question.
Nope.
However, they've had interviews with my neighbors. Now,
I'm gonna play. Let me.
Are you calling in regards to the shipping claim or just something else today?
No, it's one that I've been dealing with that's been going. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think that's the wrong one. Hello, Mark. I'm here.
Hi, Ariel.
Hello. What happened? I think you pushed the button.
I didn't. I was trying to put it on.
Been dealing with that's been going very weird. Okay. Wait a minute. Sorry, guys.
I got the request that you wanted a call to kind of straighten some stuff out, so I wanted to give you guys a call.
Yes. I would love to know what's going on.
Yeah, this investigation,
And that's my husband, the other homeowner in the background. So I want you to know who's all in the room.
Okay,
we're recording this.
I think I can simplify some things to kind of make this a little easier, so bear with me.
Okay.
So basically, in terms of the inspections and stuff, I had that inspection scheduled for this week, this Thursday. So I didn't want you to think that I scheduled it for Friday and bagged on you. It was only scheduled for me to be here this Thursday.
Okay. So you said that go on.
Friday was we were going to take the recorded interview, but I got bombarded with a bunch of information you guys sent me, and I kind of wanted to process that and take a look at everything first before
His supervisor told him to keep the appointment.
And I'm thinking I may want to inspect it first just to double back so I have everything at my disposal first before I even disclose all that, go over all that stuff. So I will keep you up to date on the interview. The interview will be a phone. I don't have to ask you guys to be there at the property.
Are you saying that the reason why you didn't want to give us no pictures is because you wanted to take more pictures? Is that why you didn't want to give us any pictures?
Yeah. No, I will say the picture thing, I have escalated that to ask on that pictures are sometimes considered work product in some sort of cases. I need to clarify if that's the case here. If not, I can certainly do it. I just have to run it by my boss is not in trouble.
Gotcha. You got those emails from the man who confessed to this, right? You have those, right? I want to make sure the text messages. You have those, right?
Yeah. Well,
okay, just want to make sure. Don't worry about it. You can do it. I don't want to talk to you no more. I just want to make sure that you got those. Mister, thank you for asking us. Thank you for asking me. Thank you for asking a question. That's the answer to your question. Talk to my wife, you clown.
They didn't ask us one question about our house.
Status with Mr. Cicadas, Mr. Stephen Cicadas, who
this is the FBI agent
through my neighbor's door.
That was not Mr. Cicadas.
What?
I clarified that.
So who was it? Because who was it? He was never at the
I
property?
believe that the person who was at the neighbor's house was one of our investigators. It was not Mr. Stevens.
Okay,
So who
pause
was
that.
it? Because
Let it go.
you understand that this gentleman never identified, he falsely identified himself to my neighbor, not to mention the only person that talked to us after that investigation had taken place was Mr. Stevens Ducatus, who said that he had just left from the house. So Mr. Ducatus definitely was there because we had the text messages from him saying
So
he was there.
stupid, amateur.
So I don't
At the house.
I'm sorry?
He was at the house. When I talked to him and read the message, he did not go to the neighbor's house. He talked to her via phone, was what I gathered.
And I'm telling you, he is lying. He knows.
We got a statement from the neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about us. We're good. So they can keep on doing what they're doing. I just want to make sure that we're clear that instead of talking to the homeowners, the customer, the policy owners, there's a person who confessed to this, another person who has a history, but instead, the homeowners are being inconvenienced. I just want to make sure that is noted for the record.
Yes, folks, I just want to clarify.
Yes.
If you want clarity, you would ask the question. You want to clarify, you want to hang a nigga. You want to lynch somebody. You want to hang. It's a modern day lynching.
Stop. You want to have a conversation about this or not?
Yeah, I've been wanting to have a conversation for a month.
Ms. Van, can I speak with you, please?
I'm right here.
Okay. At no time are you guys suspect they're doing any intentional act or anything on this. We don't. That's not.
Give me that bullshit.
That's not a consideration here. The questions we have is relating to the coverage and the occupancy and stuff like that. That's the information we provide. There is no insinuation that you guys did this intentionally.
So let me ask you this:
Now, I just want to clarify.
then why was there a secret investigation being held
It's been
then?
acknowledged.
Why?
It's been acknowledged.
A secret? Why is there a secret investigation being held about us and our home that we are not privy to the information? Then please answer that for me.
Well, there's no secret investigation.
It's been acknowledged. Your customer service said
You
it
won't tell me
was.
the name of the person.
Your representative said it was.
It's special investigations unit sometimes assist us when we're trying to get additional facts when there's questions surrounding.
So you should have asked the homeowners.
Can I finish, please?
Go on.
That is just to aid us in the investigation.
You mean that asking the homeowners don't give you more information than asking his neighbors?
Right now, we're still in the process of fact finding, and that's one of the things that eventually we'll get an interview from you guys.
Because you don't really matter.
And we'll try and get everything together to tell
Don't you think it would be easier to talk to the homeowners about the house that they own, their home? They can give you more information. You have not asked a question. Why don't you want to ask us a question?
Why?
Sir, I talked to you for less than 3 minutes.
That's right. Did you ask me a question? Did you ask me a question in your less than 3 minutes?
We had a recorded interview. We had an interview scheduled to address all that stuff. We had to postpone it.
You started this 3 weeks ago.
But he
You started this
postponed.
You talked to my
Not
neighbors
us.
before talking to me. You spoke with my neighbors
We were
before
right.
talking to me. You spoke with my neighbor 3 weeks before talking to me.
And he won't give me the name of the person who forced himself in my neighbor's home.
So don't act like I am out. Don't act like what I'm saying is unfounded then, and why I don't have a reason to say this is some bullshit. Because just because somebody dropped the ball because of you, they fucked up. So don't act like that I'm mad because people keep fucking up my file. Somebody needs to take some ownership.
They keep fucking up our files, don't they? Everywhere they go.
We're trying to gather all the information. That's what
Good. Then you have a confession. You have a confession then. So I hope that helps you out. And just know all this is going online nationwide. And I fix worldwide blindness animal whistleblower. So no one thinks none of this is connected. Don't worry about that.
I am trying to surface here as best I can. There's a lot of information on this that we have to put together. And
That you just can't know about or see. Go ahead.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff we have to figure out. So, I mean, I
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to talk to Mark. I'm going to talk to him. Close the door. I'm gonna talk to him. Okay. I'm just trying to talk to you so I can hear exactly what you have to say because, listen, this is my situation. This has been going on for about a month now. I was texted by Mr. Steven Sukatis, who said he had just left my home and he started accusing me of damages that were previously in my home. Now, then I talked to my neighbor, who said that this man came in her house, forcibly pushed her door in, forced her to sit at the table and interrogated her. I tell you all, then you tell me that the person who texted me, who said he was at my house, was not that person, and it was someone else who interrogated my neighbor, who you still have not given me a name of.
I do not know the name of the person. I've only had preliminary information.
So
I know there was an additional.
When will you be able to find his name? When will you be able to find his name? Because my neighbor is making a written statement and she wants to make sure she knows who it is, because the person never ever said who they were.
Okay. I have a conference call for this scheduled tomorrow with every party who's touched this so far, so we can all kind of get together and make sure we're streamlined and going forward on it. I will be able to kind of get all that stuff nailed down at that time.
Okay. All right.
I have no problem with giving you a proper response. I would just say give me a fair chance.
He never did.
Hot second. I'm trying to kind of service you guys as best I can. There's a lot of information to process with the circumstances, and you guys throw a lot of stuff at me that I'm still trying to kind of digest.
No, listen, Mark. It would not have gone down like this had this been done properly in the beginning. And let's just make that clear. Let's just definitely keep this into perspective, that this has gotten like this because you all did not handle this properly.
If you feel that there were delays in the beginning, I apologize.
No, not delays. No, Mark. Please listen to me. I am not talking about a delay. I am talking about an investigator going to the home to look at the house.
I want to gloss over this.
Oh, the phone hung up.
They want to gloss over the fact that someone forced themselves and interrogated my neighbor.
He just glossed over what happened. He wants to talk about some delays. I'm not talking about delays.
Yeah,
So I want you to understand.
He's gonna call back.
Oh,
Exactly. Listen.
I want you to understand that there's somebody walking in our house and went and assaulted our neighbor, and they told us his name was Steven Sukatis, and they're saying that they don't know who he is.
No, I don't know who.
So Nationwide Insurance, these guys got guys they sent to my house, assaulted my neighbor. But it gets worse than this. If you think this, it gets worse. Check it out. Move over, baby, please.
Okay, I'm gonna go do the baby.
Yeah. Listen to this. God, I swear to God, y'all gonna pay for that one. You gonna pay for that one.
Yeah, because
my
neighbor is beautiful.
You think? Listen, it
My
gets
neighbor's
worse.
beautiful, and I don't appreciate putting my beautiful neighbor in a circumstance like that, because that's not what this was. This was a basic thing.
Listen, it gets worse. And again, I apologize for my energy, but y'all just gotta watch this. And y'all gotta understand something. Let me remind everybody where I am, please, because you gotta understand. Someone is making a choice for my children, and my children aren't getting their medical attention. Okay, so I want you to understand. Someone gets to make a decision about my babies. And you know what?
I gotta grab Tracy. Keep looking at me too.
I want you to understand. These people get to decide whether or not my children get medical. You understand? This is my family. I am a father. I am a father. And I'm going to let you know. Y'all already know. Listen, I'm against violence. And I keep saying I'm against all violence. But everybody already knows. Everybody already know what it is. So, can I tell you something hilarious today? Today, me and Ariel was going to take a ride today because we was like, we got to get out this house, get some air, and maybe just drive around up and down the driveway. And we're going to the truck, and it dawned on me, none of my children have shoes. Did you know that? I didn't even know that. Because we've been stuck in the house because they tried to murder me twice. I had twins, and I have a 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. And They grow.
Growing out the damn
They
shoes.
grow,
Yeah,
and I
really
didn't even know. None of my children have shoes. Okay, and you gotta understand that people like this should not be able to make people who look like this not be able to feed their kids. You understand? This is the weakest that you're gonna ever find, and he gonna. Oh my God! I swear to God. You understand? In no way in the world, there's nothing that he can do better than me, and there's nowhere in the world where he'd be able to tell me to do. You understand? You live in a system so wicked that even the weakest can do things to you.
I do want to put a little side note on here.
AC.
When we filed our claim, we let the claim insurance people know that we were still currently stuck in Mexico, and we have been here since the pandemic, because this thing called COVID happened where no one could travel and everybody was pretty much just stuck and fucked wherever they were.
No, but we ain't people.
Yeah,
I want you to let you know something. This dude Meinster, he don't realize that his system is breaking down. And what he also don't realize is, can you dig it? And what he also don't realize is I got niggas in prison who are watching this shit and forever indebted because I am going to bat all the way. Y'all niggas in prison, I am all the way down. I'm even eating the same thing. I'm eating ooze and noodles just like y'all. So understand, y'all know what it is. This nigga right here gets to make it so my kids don't eat and my kids don't get medical attention. He gets to do that. This clown. You understand? You know what I would do to him if he was in my presence?
And do you know what he would do if he was in your
You know, but he can do this because he got the FBI working with him in offices, but I'm letting him know, guess what? I'm not going to court. I'm a father. I'm taking you to the court of father, street law, nigga. I'm not going to court. Because when I go to court, you're going to be a Jew and I'm going to be a nigga. So I'm not doing that. Oh, no, I'm not. So understand this. This dude here. I'm angry and I'm sorry, but this involves my son. And the government participates in the program where they'll allow criminals to do all manners of things to you, including murder you.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
And then they just pretend it doesn't happen. So I've been one of those lucky candidates where these things are allowed to happen to me. So this people here, they're having an investigation to try to figure out what happened to my house, right? Now I want you to understand something. Baby, get time, please. They are in possession of a confession of the person who did the house. And despite being in possession of a confession of the person who did my house, whatever he did to everybody else's house, our home, they had a 40 text message confession from the person that did it. So why am I having to talk to Nationwide's insurance attorney?
Wow.
And why is someone forcing their way into my neighbor's home? Because guess what? I like to show you because you won't believe it. Let's start up with this one right here. You know how comfortable people are where they know they can do anything to you? They know they can do anything to you when they send you text messages. And they tell you, so I got Timber Court, Ricestown, Maryland, Addy, but where you put there? Her job expired, and I am waiting. So this dumb motherfucker, his name is Gerard Cassio Carter. He put his pictures on the fucking text messages. The motherfucker puts his name and his pictures on the text messages where he placed himself at my home. Now, I know it's going to sound weird, but he's a felon, a former convict. He was arrested for climbing in some girl's window. He was convicted of climbing into a woman's window and destroying her property. He was convicted of destroying Ariel's property. He was convicted of harassing me. And he's telling me he's at my house waiting. That's my address. If you don't believe it is my address, well, let's go back to Zillow. Where is, boom. Home? No, oh, boom. Look at that. Now, if you think the words he was saying were random, he said 12 Timber Run Court, Reisterstown, Maryland, right? So the person who's been saying he's going to kill me and destroy my home, let him know that I'm waiting. 12 Timber Run Court, Reisterstown, Maryland. You dig? I want you to understand that the Reisterstown police have been in possession of this for more than 3 months, and they have not asked this gentleman one single fucking question. Not one single question. Understand that they have not talked to me. They have not told me the status of my home, give me any information. Nationwide Insurance won't tell me anything. Nationwide Insurance, I gave them the gentleman's information. Nationwide Insurance and this guy right here, Meinster, this guy right here, this guy gets it the best. He's number one. How would Meinster get number one? You're going to get everything, the top, the most. God, I swear to fucking God. So this guy is in possession of more than 40 text messages of this man confessing and how he's going to murder me. You understand? He's got text messages and shit. She said, but I gotta ask yourself a question. Why am I talking to this law firm when I'm supposed to be Nationwide Insurance? Because Nationwide Insurance, instead of doing a claim with me, they sent the FBI and tried to frame me, and they sent an agent who harassed my neighbor. But the problem is, when you have implants like the dude Gerard Cassio Carter, a Baltimore nigga, a bitch, he's a Baltimore implant. He gets to do whatever he wants to do because he's an implant. Look, the nigga got rape charges. The nigga got so many domestic violence charges. He gets out because he's an implant. So they let the implants do whatever the fuck they want to do to you, and they refuse to prosecute them. So, let me explain to you something. Take a look at this. I'm particularly irritated because, like, listen, I'll let you see how, you know, a motherfucker's so comfortable, they send you this shit with their name attached to it and their picture, because people know they can do that because they know nothing is going to happen to them because the FBI says you can do whatever you want to do to this man. Dig it? So listen, he's telling me I'm on borrowed time. That's his name. The nigga put his name on it. Please give me a thumbs up, he's telling me. You see? So I got your Addy. I'm waiting. Okay, we'll check it out. So, let me see, it could be anywhere. So he's telling you, I'm never going to stop, bro. You might have to kill me. Now, I've told the police, hey man, you better get this fool, man. This guy keeps threatening me. He's come to my place of business. He destroyed the glass in my store. He's vandalized my store. You dig? Santana, look, you could be anywhere, yo. Thousands of police will still come after you. What you did caused me to steal my whole life in jail. Listen, and then he go, bring your challenged son back. Can you dig it? Ow, there you go. You want to fuck with me, fuck with my kids. So listen, this motherfucker gets to send messages to me about my children. Dig it. You and your retarded son, Ariel, can suck my healthy balls. You understand this shit? You understand that this is what gets to happen to me? This motherfucker gets to terrorize me and my woman and my children, and the FBI let him do this shit? And then Nationwide Insurance is trying to say that I did this shit when this, look at this vile human. You ain't gonna find a dirtier motherfucker than this. You understand? I'm here in Mexico, paying for cancer clinic, and this mother gets to send me text messages. They steal all my fucking money. They destroyed my house. They burned down 3 of my fucking stores. plea. They let them do their shit. But then they get to talk about my son. He gets to talk about my son, man. He gets to talk about my son. Do you understand? They get to listen. All the rest of that shit cool, but you understand? He gets to call my son retarded bitches. He's got profiles of retarded children up and names them after my children on Facebook and YouTube. You understand? This is the FBI doing this shit to me. And I didn't do nothing wrong. You understand? I have a clean record. But this gets to happen. And white people are hypocrites. And niggas are jealous. But look at this shit. Look, why you mad? Keep Little Caesar saying, why you mad deleting posts about Julius? Because he's got Facebook pages and YouTube pages with retarded children on it, and he just puts my kids' names all over it. You understand? I'm never going to stop, bro. You might have to kill me. This is your son's face. You dig? You dig? Look, see? You understand? So when I call the police and say, hey man, this guy is destroying my house. He went past my business and fucked my business up. 3 of my stores burned down, man. You understand? And this person can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And the second I retaliate, they try to give me 25 years. I swear to God on my life. They tried to give me 25 years in prison, and you're going to find out for yourself. I will give you the transcripts. He went to the state's attorney and told the state's attorney that when I drove past his daughter, I did like this. I swear to God on my life. I swear to God on my life. They tried to give me 25 years for threatening a child. And the reason why I got off is because his child came to court and told them that the whole thing was a lie and he made it up. At which time I sued him for $75,000 and won. So I want you to understand, when the government has a problem with somebody telling you the truth, they hire people who can do whatever they want to do to you and it will not be prosecuted. Here is such case in point. I want you to understand. This gets to happen to me. Look at his name is here. He put his fucking face on this. Do you think it's hard for the FBI or the Baltimore County Police to know who the fuck this person is? Look at his record. Your mother, Santana, Kiki, still right here, bitch. Keep running your fucking mouth. So you understand, my mother, Kiki is my niece. So he's letting me know, keep running your mouth. Well, you know what it means. We all know what it means. You understand? Look, you and your retarded son, Ariel, can suck my healthy balls. Don't y'all think that a person should be able to call the police, the state's attorneys, and say, hey man, can y'all get this person off my back, please? This person is destroying my property. This person is making threats at me. Like, can y'all do something? Should I be able to call the police and do that? And when I retaliate, they try to, so listen. You see this shit for yourself. I've got 40 messages of this person being exactly who you see. And understand, I'll be in Cancun in June. You understand? He's got messages telling me, I'm never going to stop, bro. You might have to kill me, because that's his reoccurring thing. You understand? Do anybody think I should be able to get any type of, I don't know. I mean, you don't think this is enough evidence to maybe prosecute somebody for harassment who's already been found guilty for harassing you in the past? Don't anybody think that I should be able to get, does this seem tricky to y'all? Okay, same thing. I want you to see also where he lets me know I'm in Mexico now. like you'll see. So he's talking here. This is when he's talking. My son's name is Julius. Hey Santana, how's Jules? He ain't saying shit, you know, because when they poison my children, they stop talking. So yeah, he's right. But Mr. Carter, I gotta let you know, Julius is talking. He's getting a little better. And the other one, now this one here, this one hurt my feelings. He replied, "You think your stepfather put you in the trunk? Wait till I see you." So let me share something with you that I haven't shared with anyone outside of Ariel. When I was from about 4 years old to around 7, I had a stepfather who was a monster. And the longer I live, he doesn't look so monstrous after all, but he's a monster. And he used to, when he was cheat, when he would go and cheat on my mother, or when he just didn't feel like being bothered, or he couldn't find a babysitter, he would put me in the trunk of his car, and I would be in the trunk of the car for 8-9 hours, and this went on for years. And I didn't know, I didn't have a concept of time for years, because he would put me in the trunk in the morning, and I would wake up in my bed. So it was just like things were confusing for a long time. And I'm very, very protective of my kids. And I love my kids. I'm protective of my kids, and they got my kids, man. And the irony of this is I dealt with this you know what's crazy is people tell me that I'm aggressive, and I didn't even know I was aggressive. And it's like I just didn't know how. I don't know no other way to be, because when you're born in this skin, in this country, every manner of things is allowed to happen to you. Anything that happened to a little black child, and everything happened to me. Ain't nobody ever protect me. My stepfather injected me with heroin when I was 5. Gave me hepatitis. And I couldn't tell my mother because I was too scared, because he's a madman, and my mother's leaving me with this madman every day. And my mother ain't got a job. My mother's fucking this nigga named Drew, the truck driver. She's leaving me with this monster so she can go and have an affair. So I knew from the beginning, if I don't take care of me, no one's going to take care of me, because my mother leaving me in the hands of this monster. And he broke my arm. He broke my arm. And my mother didn't tell anybody that he broke my arm. And she told me to tell everybody that I fell when he broke my arm. And he broke my arm, and he gave me hepatitis. And things got worse, because now I'm sick, and I gotta be in this house with this monster. I gotta be in this house with this monster. And my mother's fucking some truck driver named Drew. And I gotta be in this house with this monster. And now I'm sick. And I can't tell anybody that he shot me with heroin. So the last time I saw him, he was angry. He beat my mother, and he was running through the house chasing my mother. And if no one's ever been a part of domestic violence, it is not what you think it is. There's something to get taken from a woman. It's something that gets taken from a woman when you beat her. And I mean, it's something gets taken. And he tried to throw we were on the 3rd floor, and he tried to throw my mother out of the window. And I was 5, 6, 6. I was a child, and I couldn't do anything, and I watched this man throw my mother out the window. I had to watch this man throw my mother out the window, and I can't do nothing about it because he's too strong. He was too big. I'm a child. I'm sick. I was sick. I can't do nothing. So the police got to her. The police got to her and pulled her up and called her. The police caught my mother and they saved her life. The police handcuffed my stepfather and they beat him in that room they beat him. I swear to God, they beat him. I think they beat him for like a half an hour straight. My hand to God, you could talk to my family members, they're all liars, but he broke the handcuffs. He's just that physically strong. So they arrested him and we moved with my grandmother. And he was looking for my mother. And like my mother, she's a lying bitch. You know, to leave your son with that monster, you gotta figure out what kind of mother would do that. My mother. So we started living with my grandmother, and my mother's one of those type of women that just start so much fucking shit. Like listen, I understand you don't want to be with this man, but guess what? You know you're gonna exasperate situations if you fucking a truck driver named Drew. You know what I mean? So like, stop fucking out this. Stop. You plus you married to this nigga, so regardless of what you think of him, you're still married to him. So at least leave the marriage before you start having an affair. At least try to protect your children. Try to protect the children. So he's looking for my mother and he can't find her. She's at my aunt's house where she meets up with the dude. So he keeps popping up at my grandmother's house. So hey baby, hold on, y'all gotta hear this yourself. This is the go phone. I'm sorry. So we go to my grandmother's house where he's periodically popping up because he's looking for his wife. Oh yeah, because in America you cannot say Jew, but you are allowed to throw a woman out the window and get out the next week. I just want you to understand the pecking order and how anything can happen when you're covered in this land. So he's popping up at the house, and so everybody's nervous. So we don't know what to do because he is as a monster, you know. But I'm just saying, like, if you were a monster, don't make a monster, you know, like, try to keep that monster appease him or something, at least for the sake of your children. At least for the sake of your children, you know, for the sake of your children, fix the situation. You know what? Hey, you know what? Just protect your children. And you know what? I never even mentioned to my mother that I knew she was having an affair. Till to this day, I've never even brought it up to her. And the reason why I never brought it up to her is because I was so happy to have a mother. Because the first 3 years of my life, I didn't have a mother because she was out doing a thing, and my grandmother had to come and get me. And I didn't even know that. I got so much of my early childhood that I just found out like a month ago, because my mother's a habitual liar, and she'd rather die than come be honest with her truths. So, what was I talking about, baby?
You was on my thumb, but I
Phone call. Okay, thank you.
have no frame of reference.
Okay. All right. So, back to the thing. All right. So, Ariel's going to find you my grandmother's phone call because let me get off of that because this is a sore spot, and let me just go back to my day where
This is it.
I get to be disrespected by any manner of fuckery. You understand that? Check it out. Like, look at this shit, yo.
Well, this is the I-148.
I got you.
so I don't know how you
Find a point for me. The 2 points for me. The find a point with you know the point. I want you to understand. When understand this. I swear to God, you'll see. I got videos. The government hires people to follow me around and to get in physical confrontations with me and try to get me to do something, and I don't know if they're trying to kill me sometimes or just trying to get me to react. Here's a situation the day my kids was being born. We had an emergency and we needed to get to the hospital. We was in a different state and Ariel's water broke. So I want you to understand what the FBI and our government participates in. So, I run into the hospital to ask, where is labor and delivery? We have an emergency. Can you tell me what labor and delivery is? And the woman at the front desk says, okay, well, you got to go down such and such street. And I said, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I have no idea where I don't know where I am because I'm not from around here. And she says, well, I was trying to be nice to you. And I said, ma'am, I just don't know where I am. And then the woman who had been following me around from the outside jumps in my face and she's like, she's trying to be nice to you, asshole. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. So literally they have people following me around, getting in there, touching me. The dude in the plane assaulting me. Like my ribs was broken. Understand? So while I'm trying to get my wife to the emergency, this bitch is cussing me out, and understand everybody in there is talking to her while my wife is having an emergency. I want you to look at how swollen her fucking feet were. You understand? She's having an emergency, but they're trying to appease some white woman who's cursing me out. Listen to this. Let me just watch it.
This is at the birthdays.
I want the
Well, this is at the birthdays.
Okay.
I haven't got because it's 2 hours.
I got you.
Listen to me. I need help. I had a baby at home. My water broke. Tanner, please.
Call me a nigga twice.
Tanner.
That's security coming.
Tanner, she's a... Come on.
She ain't working.
I know.
Exactly. But she jumped in my face like she my motherfucking fault.
Wasn't even
Bitch, don't get back here. Bitch,
Tanner.
mind your business.
Tanner. You fucking nasty.
She called me a nigga twice.
Oh my God. First name. How you just called my husband?
So understand, Ariel was trying to get in the hospital, and this woman is just literally standing in front of me, cursing me out. And I'm like, yo, get this bitch out my face. You understand? And guess what? Just like the plane, everybody is just standing around watching, doing nothing. So listen to this. Listen to how everybody's trying to appease this woman. So, it's acceptable for her to call me a nigga, but not a nigger. You understand? So this bitch who's following me with a team of people, because it's always 3 or 4 of them, because they know they gotta have a couple bubble people, because they know I get with them. And she just jumped this all the fucking time. You understand? So it's okay to call me a nigga. And understand it, I'm at the hospital because we have an emergency. Listen to Ariel.
What is that? Okay. Does she work here? Why do we have to interact with her? Why do we have to interact with her?
I'm telling them to call security. You understand? I'm asking them to call security. Get this bitch away from me.
She just called my husband a nigga. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
He called me a bitch 3 times. Okay, so
and why do we even have to deal with her?
You see this shit?
Why?
You understand? This is the birth of my twins. This is the birth of my twins. That's why, oh my God, motherfucking Meinster. Oh my fucking God. This is the birth of my twins. This is the birth of my twins. I want you to understand something about my mother. My mother is a lying, disgusting, filthy bitch. You shouldn't say things about about your mother, but there's always an exception.
All you gotta do is hit play.
I want you to hear this for a second.
Yeah. It's a setup. Grandma, that was a setup.
It was supposed to be Roy's aunt.
Grandma, what's your birthday again?
My birthday? My birthday, December the 2nd.
December the 2nd, right.
I'm 35.
You a Scorpio?
I'm 86 years. I'm 86. I'll be 87 December the 2nd.
All right. And you and Kim were born on the same day, right?
Yes, I got the same birthday, December the 2nd.
Gotcha. What is Carmen's birthday? Because I don't know my mother's birthday, Mama.
September the 14th.
That's her adopted birthday, she told me. She told me she has a different birthday.
September the 14th.
September 14th is her real birthday. Because she told me she has a birthday. She told me her real birthday was in December the 17th.
No, it's not.
Well, you were there for that too, so I'm.
It was September the 14th. I knew I was there.
You were there. You were there. You know.
Yeah, I was there. I know.
Well, Jesus Christ, that explains a lot.
Herman Munster was born in September. Marcia was the 19th.
Mm-hmm. And how old?
The 14th.
How old was Marcia when she got pregnant?
When she got pregnant?
Yeah.
Let me see. Marcia was 15 and Kim was 16. Iris was always one week. I think she was what?
What about
Iris was about 20 when she got pregnant.
Gotcha.
With Desmond. No, she wasn't.
Angelo.
She was a good 18 or 19. Angelo.
Did you know Anthony? Did you know my father?
No, I had never met him. Take it on either. Because they was older men.
Man.
Too old for her.
He was older. Well, both of them was older men. Because she told me that Tavy's father was married and with a kid. He was like 13 or 14 years older than her.
Yeah, and your father was too. Much older. Because she was almost like a baby to them.
Yeah, she was 13 years old. That's a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pedophiles. That's pedophiles. That's either way.
And them people that had a dad in them, they let her go out there like that.
The age, it was the year.
One time they brought her to the house, brought her home.
Oh, gotcha.
One Sunday evening they brought her to me
Gotcha.
for the weekend. And they had a little lips and things with all this lipstick on and some rouge and I took her in the bathroom, washed her face and hands and everything, and combed her hair and tied it up like it was supposed to be. I said, don't y'all do her like it, but she's not on the street.
It's a little child.
But she doesn't like playing in it. I said, no, don't do that. This is a girl.
It's a child.
Child.
It's a child. It's a child. Jesus Christ. Whew. Grandma, do you use email? Do you know how to use YouTube?
Huh?
Do you know how to use YouTube on the internet? YouTube? Do you know how to use it?
No, I sure don't.
Find it. Okay. She's going to find a particular point that's, I promise you, it's going to tie in because, alright, don't y'all know that movie, The Sixth Sense? When Bruce Willis, at the end of the movie, the little boy told him that he was dreaming, and that's how he found out he was actually dead. This phone call is my moment where I found out my whole life has been a lie. And y'all just gotta hear this shit. So let me get back to the birth of my twins, because as a father, I guess you shouldn't be able to go inside of a hospital to try to get your children brought into this world. I should just be able to be insulted and assaulted by random criminals. That's fair.
We have to deal with him. I need help. What? My placenta will not come out. No.
Notice how everybody's just doing nothing.
CEN. Y'all having to deal with this. I have an emergency. I know, I'm gonna get you over there.
You know what I'm saying? They want to deal with the woman who's not supposed to be there.
I'm gonna take you to the OB emergency, okay?
So, if your experience with your children and their birth was different than that, well, congratulations. That was my twins' introduction to this place. And I want you to understand that it stays that way. You understand that when you come out of that brown womb, that you are in a perpetual fight, and as soon as you get out, they want to fucking poison your ass. You understand that you are in a perpetual fight in this evil, evil realm run by demons. So, as a result of this, of course, all of them called the police on me. The police showed up, and I was like, fine, take me to jail. Once the police showed up, to everybody's surprise, the police showed up black. The police says, okay, what's going on? And I said, this chick just called me a nigga. My wife in here, we just giving birth, and I'm trying to get my wife in here. And he's like, the woman was like, calm down, hold tight. Okay. And then the other one went over to ask her, hey, what are you doing here? And you know what she said? I was just stopping by. Are you here to visit anybody? No. Do you work here? No. So then the police like, what the fuck are you doing here? You understand? The police, why are you here? Why are you here? Do you work here? You're not here to visit nobody? Then why are you here? Don't y'all notice that you see these situations where I'm acting so crazy and screaming and top of my lungs, why I'm not getting arrested? The reason why I'm not getting arrested is because these people have been sent to assault me, and their plans always fall apart because God takes care of me. So, that's the birth of my twins. Because how would Meinster just to make decisions that these type of things get to happen to me? I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I shot Raymond, she was standing behind me, and he'd been calling me all day that day, asking me where was she at. But at the time he was calling me, she she was up at the Yale Heights with Marsha, because Marsha was living in Yale Heights. And I kept telling him I didn't have Marsha's address, but I told him Carmen was.
Raymond is my stepfather, my mother's husband at the time, the monster I was telling you about. And this is my grandmother telling me what happened when he came to the house.
Wasn't there, wasn't here with me. I said, don't call back no more. And he kept calling, and then he told me he was coming up and kill me and her. He was going to kill me, and then he was going to kill her. So Joshua heard the phone call. He gave me his 38. And he came back late that evening, that night, and busted in the basement door. Came through that. Fell over Lynn because he was in the basement on the sofa. He fell over Lynn and came up the basement steps through the kitchen and hung up and hit that door and knocked Bernie and Tony back in the dining room on the freezer and coming right on up the steps. And when he got halfway the steps, I turned him around and he went back down.
Can you dig it?
And she was standing by.
Can you dig it? My grandmother saved my life. My grandmother saved my life. You understand? Let me tell you the worst part about this. Let me tell you what an evil, wicked bitch my mother is. My grandmother saved my life. I'm gonna explain something to you. I didn't know that.
But at the time he was calling me, she was up at the Yale Heights with Marsha, because Marsha was living in the Yale Heights. And I kept telling him I didn't have Marsha's address, but I told him Carmen wasn't there, wasn't here with me. I said, don't call back no more. And he kept calling, and then he told me he was coming up and kill me and her. He was going to kill me, and then he was going to kill her. So Joshua heard the phone call. He gave me his 38. And he came back late that evening, that night, and busted in the basement door. Came through that.
Listen, it's real.
Fell over Lynn, because he was in the basement on the sofa. He fell over Lynn and came up the basement steps through the kitchen and hung up and hit that door and knocked Bernie and Tony back in the dining room on the freezer and coming right on up the steps. And when he got halfway the steps, I turned him around and he went back down them.
Yeah, you did.
She was standing behind me, and when I shot him, she said, "Oh Lord, that was a King Raven."
Okay, so I want you to understand. My mother is the center of all of this shit. She's the reason why her son is terrified to go to sleep and got hepatitis and is skinny and fucked up. She's the reason why we're living with the grandmother. You understand? My stepfather would not be at my grandmother's house acting a fucking fool if my mother hadn't created a situation at my grandmother's house. So my stepfather, understand, you hear all the people's names she called. My grandmother has 10 children. 6 boys, 6 big ass boys. I'm the shortest one in the family. Everyone in my family is 6'1" and above. All of them are tall. He came without a weapon in a house with 5 men because he was so strong. He was just a very strong. He's a monster. His eyes just to change color. I thought he was a demon because, swear to God, he would pick a refrigerator up and just put it on his shoulder. Swear to God, and his eyes changed colors, and I thought he was a demon because that's what, man. So my grandmother, as she said, she turned his ass around. Can you dig it? Grandma, I'm so sorry that that I'm putting this out and talk to you, but nobody will talk to me because remember the FBI told y'all that if y'all talk to me, y'all get in trouble. So, is she good?
Okay.
Yeah. She's mad.
Yeah, they ate.
Okay. So, I want you to understand that my grandmother saved my life. I was in a bad place. I didn't understand anything that night. And in the midst of all that, a person lost their life. And then my mother's response is, Thelma done killed Raymond. And it's like, hey, bitch, this is you brought this shit here. But that's what she does. She creates a whole bunch of shit. And then you go there and have to fix her shit, and then she end up blaming you. So, 2 days later in that same house, I watched my uncle get stabbed in the heart and bleed to death. Woo! It was a crazy week. When I tell y'all I've seen everything. See, when you're a kid and you watch cartoons and you see people get punched and they do flips and you get knocked over and they fall down and get back up and they fly and get back up. So it's confusing that you know your stepfather was just murdered in that house, rightfully so. Can you dig it, Grandma? I love you so much. But I didn't see it. I was upstairs hiding. A couple of days later, a harmless fight between the teenagers got out of hand, and my aunt's sister stabbed my uncle, and it just went in his heart with a kitchen knife. And I watched my uncle grab his heart. And, he jumped over a couch. I said, oh my God. And I just said, I'm just watching because I'm just waiting for him to get up. Because I've seen movies, people get shot a million times and he gets stabbed, and this was just a butter knife or just a kitchen knife. I've seen, and I'm just watching him. I'm just watching him bleed out. I watched my uncle bleed out. A couple of days after, I watched my father get killed. A week before, I watched my mother get thrown out of a window. I seen everything. I swear to God. I saw it all. I saw it all. I saw everything. So when they got my kids, I was dirty. And I swear to God on my fucking soul, the people who are keeping my children from getting their medical treatment, there is nothing that's not going to happen to them. I swear to God. I swear to God. So I'm very protective of my children. And when they got to my children, it's like, man, I failed my kids, because if my kids, I failed my children. So, I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't know what real blood looked like. I didn't know how thick and rich blood, rich. It would look like burgundy, rich, but just like it's rich. And I didn't know. And because it was in his heart, he just bled. And I'm just standing there watching him, just waiting for him to get up. And he don't get up. And things are very confusing for me because I'm 7. I don't know how old I am because I'm sick and I'm poor. And my mother's not around because she's too busy lying. And we go to the funeral, and I still don't understand why he's not getting up, because, man, what the fuck? I've seen people, I've seen the TV. And then we need a place to stay, and because my grandmother, listen, she had to kill somebody because my mother's always lying, and she's always got shit started, and then make it seem like it's other people. I was her favorite, as you could imagine. She would get so much shit started over the lifetime, and because I'm Johnny to the rescue, I'm always cleaning up her fucking mess, and then afterwards, she blamed me for the mess I had to clean up. That's her. But we gotta find a place to stay, and my mother don't have no job, And I'm trying to figure out, well, why can't we just go move in this house right here, next door to my grandmother? Because there's nobody in it. And she's telling me we have to talk to the landlord. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I thought Lord was God and Christ. What's a landlord? Is that God? Is that who's supposed to let us live in this house? So I'm fucked up at this time. And I'm fucked up. And we don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't life is only thing I know when I was 7 is I couldn't wait to die. You know, I was like, man, when am I gonna die? And I just could not wait to die. It was just crazy. But I saw everything. I swear to God, I can't even tell you about the other shit I saw, but I saw everything. And so fast forward, my mother got a place called White Lock. We lived in White Lock, Linden Avenue. Anyone from Baltimore know 80s White Lock, Linden Avenue, Utah place. They ain't places you want to be. You know, those are the places where the bout it niggas would have their bouts, and there was nothing for children to see. And I just wanted to die. Every day I woke up, I wanted to die. My memories were confusing as a child because of the abuse, and I would just lose time and everything. It was just miserable. It was miserable, and that was just miserable. And then you lived in the ghetto where there's nothing but muted tones, and this is miserable. And one day my Uncle Ronnie came over, and he took me to the movies one day, and he took me to see First Blood and Swamp Thing. And for the first time, I had a filet of fish sandwich. And it was the best thing that I'd ever tasted. I never had one before. Right. Every movie had the styrofoam. Yep. And the adults. That was for the adults.
Yep, exactly. Yep. The kids didn't get their kids only got Happy Meals or whatever.
My Uncle Ronnie took me to the movies and bought me a filet of fish sandwich. And took me to the movies. And that day made me want to start living. I didn't know that was fun things to do. I thought that was just life. I thought life was what I was living. I didn't know that was fun for children. I didn't know. So my Uncle Ronnie did something nice for me, and he saved my life. He made me want to live so I could have fun, right? My Uncle Ronnie, I told him about the vaccines, and he took the vaccines, and he just died. So after my son got sick, I told him, yo, Ronnie, please, my Uncle Ronnie, please, the vaccines is poison. He took them, and my Uncle Ronnie is dead now. And it's like, God damn. I've been fighting against this system since I can be fucking remember. My Uncle Ronnie just died because the system just poisoned him. I am still fighting this fucking system. And man, Howard Meinster, I'm tired of fighting this system, and now I realize this system have people, and it takes people to do these terrible things, and now I know y'all names. So I want you to understand that my Uncle Ronnie gave me a reason to live. And when my son was poisoned, I didn't want to live no more. And when I told my uncles that it was the vaccines that did it to my son, my uncle didn't believe me, and he believed the system. And he died 4 or 5 months later, brain aneurysm. And He don't know how much he meant to me. He don't know that he changed my life. He don't know he changed my life. And he changed my life by just taking me to the movies one day. One random act of kindness. And see, that's why I live my life the way I live my life. Anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm a giving person, and every day I try to give, and every day I just try to be beautiful to random strangers, because you never know what kind of life a person's living, and one random act of kindness can be the difference between someone living and dying. So I always say to myself that I would love to be that random act that told that person to go on a little longer. So when I meet people, I go in with that, like, wow, if a person's having a bad day, I would love to be the person to come in and change the day and make it a good day, One of my favorite hobbies, here's my secret, no one knows this. I love, this is too much information, but I love going to places that are considered racist and hillbilly places, but gas stations. When I go to places like Alabama and you go to gas station and people see me, I'm a city dude and a flashy dude, and they're in their cowboy hats and just, got the attitude, and I come to them and I'm like, man, how you doing, brother? And I just like, man, that is a fantastic hat, man. Listen, man, I don't have the confidence to wear a hat. And they're like, you really like this hat? I'm like, man, I really like your hat. And I'm like, man, my father picked this hat out for me. He said it was slick. And I talk to people. I talk to them about their kids. I talk to strangers. And I walk away. And it's like, I love that they thought that I was a certain way because of what they saw on TV. Because of people like Kevin Hart. And I loved that I changed that person's mind. And it's like, and they felt, that person, now he could tell his father picked that hat out for him. It's a prison in Jessup called JCI. In Maryland called JCI, Jessup Correctional Institute. There's a gentleman who works there by the name of Moss. He is a PA. He may be a doctor by now, but he was an excellent PA. I will let you know. He worked in the prisons. He was in the medical portion. And Moss would wear 8 shades of blue every day. And every day he would wear 8 shades of blue. And they was never the same outfit. It was never the same outfit. So here's how I live. If I see a man or a woman wearing blue shoes, blue socks, blue pants, a blue belt, a blue shirt, a blue tie, and a blue coat, then I know that someone, they like the color blue. That's the obvious thing, right? That's the obvious thing. But the more important thing is this person put effort into this outfit. So even if it's not to my liking or to my style, for you to have all these different color shades of blue, that takes effort. So when I see Moss, I like, damn, Moss, man, you wearing that outfit, man. Man, you killing it. I went to the prison one day, and one day I was wearing a blue scarf, and I walked past Moss. I'm like, man, hey, I wasn't going to give it to him. Everyone knows me, I love scarves. But I gave Moss, what's the name of those scarves? The real nice one, nice material? Shirley? A nice, beautiful blue cashmere scarf. Because he loved blue. and he loved it more than me. That made him, I believe he liked it. I seen him wear it. But when someone's taking their time out to put effort in something, you should recognize it. That is the essence of who I am. That's why when I realized I fixed worldwide blindness, I got with all the smart people so I can get it out, and they keep trying to convince me that we need to sell it. And I keep trying to convince them if they were so smart, they would know you shouldn't sell it. So all I'm trying to do is, anybody who's been following this, I'm hiding in Mexico because everyone can do anything they want to me, so I have to literally hide in a compound with 10-foot ceilings so people can't just randomly run up to me and punch me in the face or call me nigger. This is my existence. Now, I want you to understand that this guy here, perfect. This guy here, Howard Meinster, he's responsible for my house being in the situation it is. And what they're doing is this. They know full well that the person who did it because they confessed, and they have Howard Meinster actually has the confessions. He's had them for more.
Herman Munster.
Yeah, so I told you I was going to turn him into a Munster when I was finished, but he's stupid though. He just don't know.
But no, it's Herman Munster.
Of course, I'm not finished with him.
Oh my God.
So, but the whole point is, this is only meant to stall me and to just fuck my situation up, because then I got to go to court, which I have no money, and then it's a long process for something that's very obvious. So, this is how it is to be black. You could do this. I'm not black though. I'm brown. This is what I've been doing. Everybody who follows me knows that I'm in Mexico training people and donating technology. So while I'm down here stuck, Howard Munster is saying that I somehow destroyed my home, despite the fact he has a full confession. Now, how can I win? Tell me, what can I do to win in this existence? Please, what can I do to win? I can fix worldwide blindness, fund it, give it away, and train children in Mexico, fund Ghana, Gambia, Australia, Belize on my own dime, because I did not want it to come from the government. I wanted it to be the people directly to him. You understand? And despite all that, this guy right here gets to not give me the ability to feed my own children, and my children need medical attention. So y'all already know what it is. And I'm sorry I had to get high to do this one, because you understand that we live in existence where this piece of shit gets to determine what I get to eat. And listen, think what you want to think of me, hate me or love me, but you find it is a fact that I've donated everything to these places, because I know that if they can have a career, they can have a life, they can have a good day. You understand? It helps it makes things beautiful. You understand? All these children in this community, they don't got to go to school, they don't have to go to college. Now they're certified, they get trained for this community for free. They got their own equipment now. They can do eye exams. They can make glasses. This belongs to the community. So understand, no matter what you do, how much you give, they can take everything from you. So understand, this guy here, 2 years hiding in Mexico, they're taking everything from me publicly, and it's perfectly fine. So how can I live? I fix worldwide blindness. I'm supplying the world. They try to murder me, and then anybody can do anything they want to me. And listen, understand, this is the bad guy. I want to say, I'm in Mexico. Everyone knows I've been stuck here since COVID.
time stay gold. But can it be when we can see so vividly a memory? And yes, you say so must the day fade away and leave a ray of sun so gold. Life is but a twinkling of an eye, yet filled with sorrow and compassion, though not imagined, all things that happen will age to old. Though gold, 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 gold,
I didn't smoke or drink. This is brand new. Everyone who knows me from back home is like, I didn't do any of these things. This is all this is brand new. Casa Santana. Casa Santana. You see that? That's called a CSG manual. A CSG manual. Baby, can you grab one for me? If you don't know it well. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up online. The CSG manual is a training manual that you have that you get trained with and get certified with. So basically it's like a driver's manual. It's about 15 pages. How many pages is it, baby? Nonetheless, that's a CSG manual. I'll put in the link for you to see. But this is what I've been putting in, basically dropping off this technology everywhere I can go to give this to places who think they're poor. This is a job. This is a career that I'm giving them that pays more than an eye doctor pays. So I'm going everywhere and just giving this away because it makes the world better. Because when you train them how to make the glasses, they can give eye exams, they can sell glasses, they're optometrists. And I supplied them with the stock. I gave them the glasses and the lenses so they can go and make the money. So now the community is rich. And man, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So simple. Duplicate the process. So that's what I've been doing. So my government is trying to murder me and has taken every dime I have. Done something to my house, burned down 3 of my stores, are foreclosing on 12 of my properties. They foreclosed on 6 of them during a moratorium. In Maryland, the governor made a moratorium where you could not do any foreclosures and evictions, and they foreclosed illegally my properties during the moratorium. All the laws are exempt when it comes to me. You're going to find there's a gentleman by the name of Oliver Very. He has a law firm in Annapolis, Maryland. I was in court with this gentleman for more than 7 years. He placed a lien on 2 of my properties. Understand, I bought these properties as investment properties, straight out cash. He was allowed to place a lien on 2 of my properties, although I had a credit balance on my account. I know it makes no sense, but these things get to happen to me. These things make no sense to you, but they get to happen to me, and they get to string me through court with nonsense. So I was fighting for my own property for 7 years. You understand? So even though I'm here in Mexico working, now I hate churches. Everybody know I hate churches. But I'm still giving to the churches because the churches are where the people are, and I got to go to where the people are. So that's why I go to the churches to say, hey, y'all can go and do this at the churches. This right here is a women's shelter. That's Baltimore now. This guy, Jeremy, he's a king. He's wise, beautiful man, beautiful wife, beautiful children. He did everything right. His name is Jeremy Walker. He's a king. I love him to death. He did everything right. These are my friends in London. Yeah, Can You Dig It? So, I want you to understand, how does one win? Oh, y'all don't believe that I face worldwide blindness? Yeah, that's tricky too, yeah. I wouldn't believe it either, because let's see. I apologize for those who do know me. For those who don't, I'm a very busy person, and I'm a passionate person, and I live, and I love living life to its fullest. And the best part about it is the experience with people, and the best part about my experience is sharing. So I love sharing, and I love sharing as many experiences as I can, because the best part of everything's better with somebody else. Everything. Food is better, wine is better, sex is better with somebody else. And when you're sharing things, everything feels good to me. So I share. So when I fix worldwide blindness, I share with the Indian government.
Lab that we're using. So let's give the first.
Is that the same person?
India.
That was last week.
Let's get the entire plan in sight.
What you using your hair?
I changed.
What you using your hair?
Vision capital of the world. So that's my spiel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think it's amazing. It's amazing. It's so good. And I think it's so much humanitarian. You're really philanthropic talking about it. I think this will revolutionize the system of prescription also to the patients.
Absolutely.
And the uncorrected refractive error blindness, which everybody is worried about it now. And then they say they don't have the human resource
That tastes weird.
to even go to the villages to work for it.
Okay.
And
As long as
that's
my
one of
tongue's
the
right.
major
No, it was
problems
the first
for
dose
it.
I took because it was
So as I said,
crazy.
we will, in mail exchange, I'll speak to Dr. Sangeeta. We will have the first set done, and we will do a pilot first. With that pilot, we will present it to the government and talk about the success stories.
Fantastic.
I think that will be the way. That will be the convincing way to move ahead. However, I don't see there is any doubt in going ahead with it.
Yeah.
It's the mass production and mass movement which will take it ahead then.
Right. Well, fantastic. We look forward to moving this process along, and we look forward to sharing our other technologies. Because
Sharing.
in the beginning.
Oh, and Monica,
Sharing.
could you also send me your email? I don't have your email address.
I'll just WhatsApp you my name.
Yes,
right?
perfect.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the
And
time
that
out.
will be very good. And of course, we have WhatsApp and we can even call anytime for short questions, I think.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Let's do it then.
Let's do it.
And I'll also have Dr. Sangeeta copied in that mail ID. I'll check for her.
Perfect.
And I'll ask her because she's the policy maker for
Yes.
it.
Fantastic.
Yes, she's lovely. We've met with her already, yes.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
this is not an accident. You've done the work. Now,
Me.
we're going to capitalize off of the hard work you put in, and we're just looking forward to it.
I think this is the best gift you've given to India. The vision is...
You understand? India is known as blind capital of the world. India has more blind people than most countries have people. Blind capital of the world. Did you hear? This is the greatest gift you've given to... Oh, smush it. Like this? Oh. This is the greatest gift you've given to India. Because, guess what? The blind capital of the world now gets to be the vision capital of the world. And now all the people who were supposed to go blind, it's over. So let me tell y'all why they hate me so much. Now, here's the drum roll. My name is Santana Nada. I gotta listen. My name is Santana Nottage. Everyone knows that. But Santana died, and the only way I can survive is through this character by the name of Can You Dig It? So let me tell you how Can You Dig It operates. Can You Dig It is a sexy, phenomenal genius. Okay, I won't. He's a genius. Okay, he's very, very smart. He's very savvy. He's very witty. And he sees things like, wait a minute, I could do that better. Why don't we do this? And voila. Ain't that better? So, Can You Dig It goes along with systems, and Santana was a smart guy. He went out and patented all these different processes because he knew he needed to patent them in order to be able to have the rights to be able to give them away to humanity. Can you dig it? That Santana character was a beautiful man. He was a beautiful man, I swear to God. So, Santana knew that the world was breaking, and what you guys don't understand is, let me tell you how good Santana knew it. Santana knew it was coming, and Santana was trying to warn everybody, especially a year before everything went down. So if y'all don't want to believe Can You Dig It, because Can You Dig It is a character, I understand that. Fortunately, because Santana has lived in this skin his whole life, Santana knows that whenever he does something, he needs to record it. Because if he doesn't record it, he'll be called a liar, and he will not be believed regardless of anything. And even if he has a recording, he's still going to be doubted. But Santana knew what was coming and was trying to warn everybody. So I want you to understand. Look at this dude. What you're watching is a man possessed. And what I mean is, my son had just gotten sick a little before this. So right now I'm in a fog. And in order to survive, I know that I have to remove myself from Baltimore because the environment is too violent, and I'm hurting, and I need to be in an environment where I can just go somewhere and heal, and somewhere I can go and heal my child. So what you're watching is a blind man. It's fine. A blind man cured vision, right? That's weird. Check it out. This is a blind man. And listen to what this blind man says.
It's not about the dead person.
This was not about me. But I appreciate the thought because life is about to get very strange, and the future has some. The future is bright. The future is bright, but it's unknown.
And watch his feet. Excuse me.
As most people know, we're moving to Amsterdam in less than a month. So we don't really know what the future brings. We're going first.
See, understand that me and Santana used to talk. You understand? So understand I'm in this moment fucked up. And I'm trying to warn everybody that the thing is coming. And just watch. I swear I have a special set of eyes. That's why when you do certain things, God makes it that the world has to see him. And you understand this guy here, Herman Munster. The world needs to see just how despicable humanity can be.
You come talk to your dad.
Happy birthday.
So, I'm glad. I appreciate that y'all threw a party for me because it memorializes things the way they were.
Don't scare me.
Because life is about to take a drastic change.
Okay, your breath. Stop.
So this day marks the last birthday I have of the way things were, because things are about to make a drastic change, and I want to memorialize it. So I appreciate everybody who's here.
She's a liar. But I'll explain I want to memorialize. This is the last birthday of the way things are, because the next one, the world's never going to be the same. A month later was COVID. I did not know.
Well, this was a year before, baby.
Right. I did not know what was going on. All I know is I was trying to tell everybody something was coming. And I knew that everything was about to break. Everything was about to break, and I knew why. I broke it. I get it. For those who are unfamiliar with me, can you dig it? What you don't know is this. In 1918, Spanish influenza, which was fake, Spanish influenza didn't come from Spain. Spanish influenza was induced by the radio towers, and they started putting the radiation into the environment. That's when they started doing it in 1918. What you don't realize is that since 1918, they have been putting radiation at a much higher rate of craziness. Like, check it out. Radiation, you know how the cell phone towers, how they frying us and shit? So, what most people do not know, because they've been radiating our eyes so much, everyone wears glasses. What most of you do not know, because when everybody is sick, you forget that you're sick. What you don't know is, most people don't know, is that 100 years ago, nobody wore glasses. 100 years ago, when I say nobody, I mean less than 1% of the population wore glasses 100 years ago. I want you to understand that 100 years ago, if you wore glasses, you were considered disabled 100 years ago. So, since 1918, the start of World War Spanish influenza, upstairs, guys. It was the beginning of Spanish influenza, 1918. They've been allowed to just put radar up in the air, and they keep doing it more and more and more. Well, what most people don't know is that radar is frying us. We know that, but it's frying our eyeballs more than anything. That's why nobody needed glasses in the early 1900s, and now more than 75% of the population needs glasses. And you're going to find all the places that have the most Wi-Fi, i.e. China, have the highest rate of myopia, because the Wi-Fi, all the radar is frying us. It's frying your eyeballs. When you go to the beach, you get a tan, you put a little butter on and you're frying. Your eyeballs are always wet, so your eyeballs are getting fried. So myopia becomes the biggest problem in the world. Myopia is estimated 2.3 billion people suffer from it. Myopia stats. 2.3 billion people suffer from myopia, because when you put this is common sense. Go to the beach, put some butter on. The person who don't have butter is going to have a much better day. If it just fries it. You put butter on your meat to fry it. You put a dry piece of meat in a pot, it's going to stick. You need some butter. You dig? So you're frying your eyeballs 24 hours a day. Even when your eyes are closed, they are frying our eyeballs. You understand? In China, the rate of myopia in children under 10 years old is 60%. So now children under 10 years old, half of the population of the Chinese children that are 10 years old need glasses for myopia. So what y'all don't understand is the last reset from 1918 until 2020, dig those years, that was a reset where they controlled what we heard. You understand? The reason why everything happened on 2020 is because, oh my God, it's so poetic and beautiful. 2020 is the year of clear vision, of course. And all this is taking place the same year, dig it. That's why COVID took place that year. And I want you to understand this. They've been frying your eyeballs with Wi-Fi and the planes and everything for the past 118 years, right? 102 years, right? Whatever, what's the math? Do you know how much money it costs to make 70% of the planet need glasses? I just want you to think about it like this. The wickedness is wicked. But how much money does it cost to blind an entire population? Understand that more than half the planet suffers from myopia and they need glasses because of our eyeballs being fried. I want you to understand that took them 102 years. So, simultaneously, it's a company out of Italy called Luxottica Essilor. Luxottica Essilor. They are the biggest juggernaut company in the world. Eyeglasses. They're the only one. They own all of the optometry on the planet. And they merged in 2018 to merge to be the only one on the planet. 2018. Dig it, right? The merger cost 49 billion euros. Okay? The merger cost 49 billion euros, you hear me? So, they was planning the COVID shutdown in 2020, unbeknownst to me and most of the world. In the process of the COVID shutdown, what people who are not inside this profession don't know is that the world made optometry let me see. Let me tell you what the world did to optometry when COVID went down. Dig it. It's unbelievable, except I'm seeing it. And I wish I wasn't seeing it, but since it's here, I might as well look at it. So, what you don't understand is this. And you look like, well, you know, why this dude? Why mess with this guy? Like, why is this guy why it's important to mess with this guy? And let me show you why. And you know, it's like, they're real mad at me is why. They're really, really mad at me because you gotta understand something. They are so mad at me, okay? So this is why they're mad at me. Oh my God.
And preventable blindness has. My name is Dr. Emanuela Ofama. I'm an optometrist here in Arizona. I am the International Director of Optometric Services for Eye Focus Experience. And I would like to publicly state that uncorrected, unrefractive error has been resolved and preventable blindness has begun.
Can you dig it?
So that no one in the world has to ever needlessly
Can you dig it?
In conclusion, uncorrected, unrefractive error has been resolved.
Can you dig it?
Preventable blindness has begun.
It's begun.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Hola, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Marta María Rivera Huerta y soy el agente municipal de mi comunidad Mandinga. Estoy feliz de esta experiencia tan bonita que es experiencia Focus, por lo cual me siento muy contenta de ver a la gente cómo recibe los lentes como estos, que están muy bonitos, la verdad. Me siento muy contenta de ver las caritas felices de recibir los lentes. Experiencia Focus.
What can it be when we can see so vividly a memory? And yes, you say so must the day to fade away and leave a ray of sun.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? So check it out. That's important. So understand that the reason why people was fucked up is because they couldn't figure out this thing called the astigmatism correction. So I said, well, wait a minute. I said, You know what? Let me tell you what I said. I asked the Creator to tell me how to fix this stigmatism correction. And the Creator told me a day later. I'm not even that smart. God told me exactly how to do it, literally in a day. I don't look at my education. I don't have any education. My education is watching my stepfather get murdered and my uncle dying. That's my education. So, once God told me how to fix it, I immediately went out and patented it. You know why? Because I've got to give this away to humanity because I know what they're trying to do. So, I patented it all over the world. And once I get it patented, I start showing it. Now, I want you to understand how stupid patents are. And I'm 100% against them. I got a bunch of them, but they're just for humanity. Humanity owns them. I've been trying to give them away and officially write them and give them away officially to humanity, but my attorney told me he don't know how to do it. I've asked him like 5 times, man, how do I write this and give this to humanity? I need to give this away because humanity needs to own this forever. It should never be owned by any person. But my patent attorney, Chris DeBacker, his name is Chris DeBacker, and he told me he don't know how to do that. Mark Brown Law Firm, so I don't know if you guys want to use them. But here's how stupid patents are. Here's how stupid patents are. I want you to consider this. And this is straight can you dig it talk. You see this thing right here? The clove of garlic, right? Clove of garlic. Alright. Alright. One day, somebody said, you know what? If we smash this clove of garlic, it's going to release the aromas in the garlic. And what else it does?
Takes the casing off.
It takes the casing off. So what if one guy one day said, oh wow, that smashes it, releases the flavor, and takes the casings off, right? And what if that one guy said, I just figured that out. I'm going to go and patent it. So I'm going to make it that no one else in the world can smash a piece of garlic and not pay me. So I want you to understand that's how patents work. So one person around the world can say he made something first. And if he writes it down on a piece of paper, he gets to stop the rest of the world from producing it from one person, the entire world. And he can force the entire planet to pay him anytime they decide to use his technology. Does that make sense? Understand, smashing this garlic is a technique. And the realism process, the rotational turning of a stigmatic lens is just turning a lens. That's just a technique. So, I don't think that just because I realize that all the dumb people, all of the smart people at Harvard, Oxford, Princeton, Yale, MIT, all the smart people in the world, those universities, Lazada, Esalen, all everybody, the Indian government, all y'all smart people couldn't figure out that if you want to correct the stigmatism, you ask Cat Daddy said, just turn them around. Like my grandmother, can you dig it? Because you know what, my stepfather came up them steps, she just turned his ass around. Can you dig it? It was inspired by my grandmother. I just realized that. So you understand, if you simply turn the stigmatic lens, you can make the correction. But I realized you can not only make the correction, you can make it by hand. So this juggernaut in 2018, Lazada Essilor, they made this one company, and now they're in Paris. They own the entire optical industry. They own all of it. Problem is, I said, hey, Luxottica Essilor, I fix worldwide blindness with something called the realism process. And I have videos and emails and attorneys and MIT professors that witnessed that I tried to give this corporation the realism process that fixes worldwide blindness. Luxottica Essilor. Now, you say, well, who gives a shit? Well, you gotta understand. Fixing worldwide blindness, if something is 2.3 billion around the world, people who need glasses, then that's going to be worth more than anything in the world. So it is Luxottica Essilor's duty to inform their shareholders and your stockholders that, hey, this technology is available. So before we make this purchase, now understand, I told them in 2016 and 2017. So it's their duty. But what they were supposed to do before making this huge juggernaut called Luxottica Essilor, they were supposed to let the investors know, like, hey, the technology that they were building is an old dead technology. Because now, with the realism process, you're now able to make any pair of glasses in the world by hand for 10 cents without a machine and without a lab or without water. And there's a training that comes along with it, the CSG. So no one can compete. Basically, it would be like McDonald's. Even though McDonald's is McDonald's, if McDonald's had to compete with a better McDonald's, and that better McDonald's did not have any payroll, any staff, any housing and warehouses that these companies require in order to make glasses for the world. All those things are obsolete. You do not need any optical equipment to make glasses anymore. You can do it by hand. God gave us these hands. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Got hands. Everybody know, can you dig it? Got hands. It's the best things in the world. So I showed them the process that, hey, instead of y'all spending 49 billion euros on this company and making this merger, you can now fix worldwide blindness and make trillions. You dig? But they was like, no, because they had a plan in place. Because remember, the COVID lockdown was already planned for 2020. And what you don't know, what most people don't know, is that they made optometrists, what's the word? Non-essential during COVID. People don't realize that. And while making optometrists non-essential during COVID, oh baby, we gotta charge plug the phone. How do we do that? By making optometrists non-essential, optometrists went out of business. They went out of business. But what other people don't realize is during that whole time, during COVID, the entire time during COVID in the beginning, this same company, Luxottica Essilor, was opening 30 stores a month during the lockdown for COVID. Now you gotta ask yourself a question. How can a lens company during COVID open 30 stores per month? And it's COVID taking place. You understand? They're not generating the funds that's going to be able to pay for 30 stores a month. Who can do that during COVID? Well, the people who can do that is your government. And it's your government.
The people hired to fuck with us.
Right. So what happened was this. They're mad at me too, and I'm going to tell you why. I would be mad at me too. But I understand why they're mad. What it's really taking place is this. I focus. Perfect. Oh shoot. 1 second. I apologize. I promise you, you won't regret listening and seeing why COVID happened. And you're not gonna believe it at first, but then you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's true. Okay. All right. Here, right. Give me 1 second. Me too. Okay. During COVID, optometrists were deemed non-essential. What does that mean? Optometrists are eye doctors, for those who don't know. They were deemed non-essential, which means that during COVID, the government said that they weren't important enough to be able to go out and go to work or do a job. So the optometrist was in a bad situation. And I'm sitting there trying to tell him, like, listen, man, I'm messing up. I focus. What about? Oh, let me do this. Let's do it again. Okay. Your channel. Boom. And we're going to. I'm sorry. I've got to. There it is. Perfect. Okay. I apologize. Part of this might be me. Perfect. Is that it? See on it. Regrets. Okay, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna come here. This is iFocus website. This isn't the right commercial, but this gets me to the website. Getting here. Come on. This computer sucks. Alright, perfect.
I regret.
Okay. So, this commercial here. This is what happened during COVID. So understand, all this ties in. Believe it or not, it's crazy, but it ties in. I'm sorry that I know all of this shit, but I was there for all of it. When I told you I saw everything, Take a look at this. This is the beginning of COVID.
Hi, my name is Dr. Emanuela Ofaha. I am an eye doctor, and I have regrets.
Hey, jumping.
I was born in Nigeria, but my parents moved us to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for me, my brothers, and my sisters to have a better opportunity for a better education. One of my sisters was born with a rare eye disease called keratoconus. So, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to become an eye doctor so that I can own my own practice and heal my sister. So, I followed my dreams. I went to the University of Houston College of Optometry, and I eventually fulfilled my dream of becoming an optometrist. I was even awarded by America's Best Contact Lenses and Eyeglasses as Optometrist of the Year. But I'm back to square one because my career and my lifelong dream has been deemed non-essential due to COVID, while simultaneously deeming such places as tattoo parlors essential. So, yes, I have regrets.
Yourself.
I regret not believing in myself.
You got a big head. Lay your head down.
I wish I had believed in myself instead of taking the
I got some lemons over there.
The various chains. And in this state of the world today, it's almost impossible for me to own my own practice. And that means not being able to treat and manage my sister. So yes, I do have regrets. None bigger than not believing in myself. But that's not going to happen to me because I joined the iFocus experience. And now I have my own practice and it didn't even cost me a dime. See, the iFocus experience allows you to make a pair of glasses by hand in under 3 minutes. Doesn't matter what the prescription is. You can make a pair of glasses and lenses and frames for just $5. So that means no lab equipment. Amazing. So, I know this is not great for every eye doctor. Not every eye doctor wants their own independence. But this opportunity is open to every eye doctor, past and present. Even if independence is not a desire, optometrists now have a choice. The optometrist only needs to take the online certification, which takes about an hour, and it is free. So, my fellow eye doctors, I invite you and encourage you, if you're seeking your independence, to join the iFocus experience. And as for me, I'm done living with regrets. It's time to heal my sister. And one more thing. Can you dig it?
That's me.
Eye doctors, have we got your attention yet? Now you have a choice. Labs are now obsolete. And $5 for any complete pair of glasses. It's your choice.
Blame it on the stigmatism. People look at my frames and assume I got wisdom. Street smart, book smart turns into completed mission.
So,
got a scar, but
understand this. COVID happened. The big plan that everybody missed. COVID happened and they shut the world down. They made it where you could not get an eye exam anywhere. All independent optometry practices went out of business during COVID. So if you have an independent optician optometry practice during COVID, they did not allow you to practice. You understand? So, because you weren't allowed to practice this, Emma just told him. So, they know Emma tells the truth. So, you weren't allowed to practice. Most of them went out of business. and were forced to take contracts with Luxottica Essilor as some shape or fashion. Luxottica Essilor runs all of them, but if it's not directly, it's indirectly because they run everything. So the optometrists were losing their livelihoods. What's so hilarious about this whole thing is they don't even realize this saved their career. The eye focus technology now has it where the optometrists can be 100% independent. They can work for the big boys, but now that the big boys know that an optometrist can be independent, an optometrist can make that choice or go with them. You understand? And in addition to that, it's independence. So literally, it gives the optometrist leverage. Like, they don't have to ever even touch eye focus, but with the big boys knowing there's a technology out there that can do anything that they can do by hand for 10 cents, a pair of glasses that cost them $2,000, it's going to take them 2 weeks to get made. I make it by hand in 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and it costs me 10 cents. Who in the world can compete with that? So because I know how to do that, I decided I wanted to share that with everybody in the world, because to me, it's like breaking garlic. Like, astigmatism correction, I corrected it by turning it. And y'all mad because y'all stupid and y'all didn't do it first. I'm sorry, but I'll let you understand something. God chose me. Everybody's so mad, but God chose me. And God didn't choose you because you didn't ask for it. And if you asked for it, you didn't ask for it with an open heart. And you didn't have the heart. You didn't ask for it to give it to humanity. You asked for it for riches. I asked for it because I know how beautiful it is when everybody can see. So God said, I'm the one. I'm the light bringer. Can you dig it? So, what the optometrists don't know was the whole 2020 thing was a squeeze play on all of them. It eliminates all opticians. Everybody independence is gone. And all of the eye care, all the optometrists and eye doctors only work for one company, Luxottica Essilor. In the process, they work longer hours. In the process, you know how it is, because there's no other choices, their salaries start dwindling. So where they used to make $500 a day, 10 years from now, they're going to make $300 a day because you have no choice, because they make all the rules. You only got one God now. So I want you to understand that Luxottica Essilor is just a front for like the government. It's like Luxottica Essilor is basically the CDC or WHO, but a vision. You dig it? So they've been working for 102 years. What year are we in? They've been working more than 100 years. Since 1918 to fry our eyeballs. They finally got us to the tipping point maybe 15 years ago where more than half the population needed glasses. And then they had everything set up to do COVID-19 in 2020 in that year, and it is, y'all see what the fuck happened. But if you're not in this industry, you don't realize this company Luxottica Essilor opening 30 stores a month. How can anybody in the world open 30 stores a month during COVID? How does that happen? It happens because it's not a company. It is your government. It is that system being put in place. And the doctors don't know it was going to put them into a different type of enslavement. It would take away their independence. Like the doctors are mad at me when I was trying to save the doctors. It's like, doesn't that dawn on you that if I'm giving something away for free, that you're part of the world and it benefits you too? But like, people are so selfish, they only look at their own interests, don't realize it benefits them more than it benefits me. So their independence was gone. So they spent a lot of money to do that. And then out of the blue, a kid from Baltimore, says, you know what? If I take this stigmatic lens and simply turn it, I can correct this astigmatism with my hand. I don't need a machine. And there you have it, the realism process. Can you dig it? Eye focus. We're in maybe 20, 40 countries. We're in a lot of places. We're officially, I set up 12 countries, but I don't know how much it's reached in the past couple of months because I'm here and I really don't know how much it's growing. But they spent imagine spending money on something for 100 years and then somebody comes and fixes it, and then says, well, it's free. They said that it's a quote. The quote was like, the devil saves up something. Baby, do you remember that quote? The devil saves up something for God to receive. It's something about.
No. God gives you the gift, and the devil makes you famous for it.
That's the other one. That's a great one though. That God gives you a gift, and the devil makes you famous for it. Fantastic quote. But there's another quote where it says the devil is only saving up for God to actually take the treasure. So basically, if somebody knows a quote, please put it in the comments if they let you put comments in, because it's okay to delete all of my comments because you can kill my children and poison. You can do whatever you want to do to me. So if you know the name of this quote, if you can give an exact quote, but it says something like the devil's saving up just to give God his reward or something, because basically the devil has been working for more than 100 years to make you blind and have the trend now that everyone's going to need glasses in the next 20 years, the whole planet. It was reversed with the action of a cat named Can You Dig It with a 10-cent piece of plastic, and he gave it to humanity because he didn't deserve it. I don't deserve to be that rich. Who cares about that? Everybody can see. Everybody can see. And guess what? Everybody has a career if they choose. But everybody now can see. It costs the world right now $27 trillion to only see roughly 900 million people. Now the whole world can see specifically to their vision for. How many people get 8 billion people?
Yeah, it's about 8 billion people.
Man, we can do it for $50 million. $50 million, we could give everyone on the planet their exact eyeglass prescription for $50 million. Can you dig it? Ain't that much cheaper than 27 trillion? They're spending 27 trillion just for 900 million people. We can now see the 8 billion for 50 million. And guess what? I knew that. So that's why I was paying for it myself. 50 million is not a lot. I mean, it's a lot.
That was the payoff for Eslo Lazard for 49 billion.
That was 49 billion. Yeah. I said it's for me. Million. 50 million. So I can supply the whole world with glasses specific for everybody on the spot for $50 million. That's not a lot of money because I own this technology, which is worth, there's no value on this. This is worth more than gold. Y'all find out for yourself. It's going to catch on. I talk this shit about my technology because my shit is, y'all going to find out there's nothing like it. And this technology is not just for eyeglasses. This technology works for rifles, binoculars. I have a particular device called the iNock iDoc. It allows you to do your own eye exam in 30 seconds. And then once you're finished, go bird hunting. And it costs $25. Well, guess what? Once you're finished with your binoculars, give them to your sister, your daughter. So understand that I have a pair of binoculars that you do all your eye exams in your house and then go bird hunting with them. And it costs $25. Do you know what that means? That means this. I'm sorry, baby. I'll make you some food. Okay. So, I got a pair of binoculars that you can do your own eye exam in 30 seconds. Your 10-year-old child can do their own eye exam in 30 seconds with my special binoculars. Only costs $25. Now, it works for rifles and scopes, camcorders. Everything in the world optically has changed. Once the astigmatism has the ability to be corrected, every single thing optically now has advanced. We're 1,000 years into the future because now we're correcting the astigmatism and we can do it on the spot with everything in the world optically. Any camera, shotgun, rifle scopes, everything. Understand this. Because of this process, by the way, take a look at the people on this email. Dr. Monica Chaudhry, Dr. Sumit Grover, Swati, Dr. Sangeeta Abro. Okay, check the people with this email because remember, this is my upcoming camps. Understand? Look at the date. November 2019. for my January 2020 camps. So I know everybody keeps on saying that I'm a nigga and I wasn't going to India to give India this vision because I'm a nigga. Well, this is the emails about our camps. Okay, so check me out. Let me get back to what's so important that you need to see. This is so important. Page 6. Bow. Do you understand? You're going to find out Dr. Sangeeta Abro. She answers directly to the Prime Minister. She's the policymaker. I forward Ariel's mail for your perusal. We did a run video call last week, and it seems to be the ultimate solution for customized prescription without intervention of labs or dispensing optician requirements. What that means is labs are out the fucking windows, and we don't need to go to school for our eyes. We don't have to go to school no more to do this shit. Eye doctors don't gotta go to school for this shit. Opticians gotta go to school for this shit. That shit's been fixed by a dude from Baltimore called Can You Dig It? Cat Daddy. So what I'm saying is, and instead of being the richest man in the world, I said, great. Let's start training all these poor people in India. Since all these people are poor, they don't have jobs, and there's so many blind people. Let's train the poor people to see the blind people. And it fixes itself. The people who are poor become rich. The blind can now see. Why did I think that would make it? What? Was that a fucked up idea, a fucked up concept?
Just stupid to be on earth.
Your staff is right there. The people are right there. You don't need to go to school for it. So you understand that it's over. My technology fucked them up, and I didn't go to none of they fancy smancy schools. I went to Lansdowne Senior High School. It's trash. I went to John Eager Howard. I went to John Eager Howard Elementary School. Now I did go to Howard Community College, which is a really good college, but I did not graduate. so we're not going to count that. And they say I owe the money, so I'll tell them the check's in the mail, and they're going to steal my mail when I mail it. At least I got an excuse. Because all my packages get stolen. Anytime I can always tell everybody checks in the mail because everything I mail, the government steals on both sides of the border, not just Mexico. They steal everything from America too. But
the millennials are like, what's that?
Yeah, dig it. So it's like, understand, they are so mad at me. They took so much time to get y'all sick and make where you can't see. Well, guess what? We fixed it, and by fixing it, it fixed an entire profession. This was going to be the mark of the end of optometrists, and the optometrists don't even know they was coming for them. They too busy looking at me saying this is a nigga. And it's like, damn, y'all don't realize that they told you couldn't fucking work. The reason why you're working for them is because you couldn't work nowhere else. Well, you don't want. They said a poor mouse is a mouse with only one hole. What's going on? Listen to your mother. Yeah, that's what you deal when people poison your children, because that's allowed to happen to you. I'm sorry, it's not allowed to happen to me. You know, our government sanctions these things. So listen, they are mad at me because they took them 100 years to put humanity's eyes in a position, and this reset started at 2020 because the plan was to take over our eyes, man. They was here to take over our eyes. Why don't nobody see they was going after our eyes? If they can control what you see and how you see, they can tell you anything. Our eyes are our gods. So if they can fuck your eyes up and contort the perception of reality and warp how everything's around you, they can control how you think. The best way to control how you think is through your vision. Well, if they can control how you're seeing, they can control what you're seeing. But with my technology, I fixed all that shit. I fucked all of it up. So they can't give me the credit for it. And I'm not asking. It's mine. Dig it. It's mine. So instead of March the 13th, 2020 being the beginning of the new world, instead of March 13th, 2020 being the beginning of the new world, they started COVID because they want to control your eyes. And y'all let this shit happen to me because y'all racist and jealous. And that's cool. But y'all gonna feel like shit when y'all find out what they was trying to do to y'all. And just turning a lens, a stigmatic lens in a circle fixed all of it. Y'all gonna feel real fucked up when you find out everything that they was trying to do to y'all. And y'all know that, and all of y'all know that everything is for one fucking reason. Everybody who does not want to acknowledge that I fixed this shit, don't want to acknowledge for one reason and one reason only, is because of this beautiful skin of mine. This black gold. And that's the only reason. And guess what? That's your loss. But y'all understand, y'all gonna regret that. Y'all gonna feel really bad when y'all find out what they were trying to do to y'all. Like, if y'all don't realize them poisoning y'all was bad enough, that was just the beginning. But when y'all find out, it's coming out very, very soon, this commission, you're gonna find out what they was trying to do to y'all. And my name's gonna come up very, very big because I understand they need to control what you see and what you hear. That's why they had to kill Charles Manson. Charles Manson went after the devil. Charles Manson is an angel. The record execs and this whole thing, this whole tape thing, all of that was a sacrifice. Charles Manson is, let me be the first one, since you didn't do yours already, if you didn't officially do it. I would like to be the first one to officially redeem Charles Manson's soul and his spirit. That was a beautiful man, a beautiful bird. Because the system has a way of, when they don't like you, they'll allow certain things to happen to you, and then they demonize you. Well, Charles Manson was their demon. Charles Manson was the boogeyman to everybody, and he's still the boogeyman. Well, why is a man who didn't kill anybody the boogeyman of all boogeymans when you got people who used to eat people, and you got Ted Bundy chopping up people? How did Charles Manson get to be the one? Charles Manson got to be the one because Charles Manson fought the biggest demon in the world. And at that time, it was the record industry. So he went after taking them, all that La Bianca shit, all that was the record industry. All that helter-skelter, that shit's bullshit. That whole thing that took place with Charles Manson was all about music. It was just about music. And the devil, the family who was involved in that, they knew how important it was to keep the music. And they needed to let everybody know, if you ever think about touching the music, we're going to do to you what we did to Charles Manson. The music is ours. You dig? That's what it's all for. What most people don't know is Charles Manson was an amazing musician. Charles Manson was changing things, and he was a revolutionary. Charles Manson was beautiful. He was beautiful hair. He had beautiful hair, charisma, good dancer, and he had a huge penis. This is my baby girl's favorite song. This is Charles Manson. Listen to this guy.
There's a time for living. The time keeps on flying. Think you're loving, baby, and all you're doing is crying. Can you feel? Are those feelings real? Look at your game, girl. Look at your game, girl. What a mad delusion. Living in that confusion, frustration and doubt. Can you ever live without the game? The sad, sad game. Just to say your love's not enough. If you can't be true, you can tell those lies, baby, but you're only fooling you. Can you feel? Are those feelings real? Look at your game, girl. Oh, look at your game, girl. If you can't feel, and the feelings ain't real, then you you better stop trying, or you're gonna play crying. Stop trying, or you're gonna play crying. That's the game. Sad, sad game. Mad game. Sad game.
Okay. So this is for baby. Hold on. So this is for Piff. This is my baby Piff Piff. I got twins. I was blessed with a beautiful baby boy and a baby girl, right? And this is my Piff. And me and her song, she loves Charles Manson. So when she gets older, like check it out. Watch when I put her music on. Watch when I put a song on how she acts.
You went past it.
Did I?
Yeah, just hit that.
Oh, it's another one. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it took him to instrument. You know. Watch this.
There's a time for living. Time keeps on flying.
Okay.
Think you're loving, baby, and all you're doing is crying. Can you feel? Ah, those feelings real. Look at your game, girl. Look at your game, girl.
They made it very hard for these two to get here.
Living in that confusion, frustration and doubt. Can you ever live without?
These are the reset babies.
Yeah.
These are the reset.
Sad, sad game. Mad game.
So when Piff's a teenager, when she's a teenager, she can be my dad was gangster. I was listening to Charles Manson. You understand? Like, you know, like my dad was, my kids, my babies being raised to Charles Manson music.
Look at your game, girl. You can't feel, and the feelings ain't real.
So this is for you, Piff. You owe me big for this because you gonna look cool because everybody be like, wow, you were listening to Charles Manson when you were a baby? Because y'all don't know that Charles Manson is about to be the biggest rock star in the world very soon. He was cheated. This is my Piff. So this is a sad life lost, Charles Manson. He was cheated. I want you to understand that once things finally are able to be said, yeah, I know. Once things are able to be said, you're going to find, remember, all this was a setup. Charles Manson never should have been in prison. They put him in prison because he had a message. And what they like to do is they demonized him and they made it where he wasn't able to even defend himself in prison. So this was a miscarriage of justice, and this needs to change. The same as Is it Elizabeth Warnos? Is it Elizabeth?
Eileen Warnos.
Oh, Eileen Warnos. Listen, someone needs to overturn her guilty verdicts, and they need to pay her family off, and they need to put the prosecutor's office in prison. I want you to understand it was a character, and they made a movie out of her called Meinster. And it was about Eileen Wuornos, and it was about this woman who was killing people. Well, she was found guilty of her first trial, and because of her guilty verdict, she didn't want to go through any more trials, so she just pled guilty to the rest and accepted the death penalty. What I want you to understand is this: Eileen Wuornos was found guilty because her defense was that she was raped by this man, so she killed the man who raped her. Well, which one came? The mouse. She killed the man who raped her. Well, when it got to court, when they looked up the man's record, the man didn't have any crimes. He had a clean record when Eileen Wuornos went to court with him. Come to find out, the guy who raped Eileen Wuornos, who she accepted, who she was found guilty for, was in the Maryland prison system for 10 years for raping another woman. But what the system did was they erased his criminal record, allowed the prosecution to move forward with this guy looking like this is a squeaky clean guy, when this guy just got out of prison in Maryland, where I'm from, for raping another woman. I can promise you that the jury may have had a different verdict if the jury would have known. If you poll the jury right now and ask the jury if they would have known that the man who Elaine Wuornos murdered was just released from prison after 10 years of rape, would they have still convicted her? And I believe the answer is no. Guess what? We can do that. That was illegal. You understand? She wouldn't accept the death penalty. She wouldn't accept the death penalty because she didn't want to keep going through trials. But understand, she never should have been convicted. So that needs to be overturned, and the prosecutor's office is supposed to go to jail for that. But you know what? Hey, they're the criminals. The criminals are prosecuting people. Literally, the criminals are allowed to prosecute the people who are law-abiding. Like, literally, I snitched on a system. Literally, I snitched on a system, and the system that I snitched on gets to investigate me. It's like, damn. Like, literally, does anybody, that make sense? She should have never been guilty. So I want you to understand that we have a system that allows these things to take place. And what was coming was amazing. Y'all find out. You're gonna find out. Y'all don't like me right now, and I understand, because I would imagine right now I'm not quite likable. I haven't even considered that. What's funny is I never even asked why people don't like me right now. Right now I'm looking at myself. I'm not quite likable. I'm angry. People are allowed to do anything they want to me, and then other people pretend like it's not happening, and you watching the shit. So what I'm saying is, I've traveled the world in search of adventure. I'm not going to go to Paris and by myself as a man and have sex with a 5. No. If I go to Paris, I'm going to have sex with a 10. Because I want an adventure. I want to travel the world. The experience, I'm an adventurer. And seeing the world, I see everything. Man, I swear to God, I saw everything. I was in Katrina. I went to volunteer after Katrina at the Astrodome. So I can tell you how people look from being war torn, from volunteering in Berlin. I was at the International Conference for Children on the Move. This was to stop, I realized I was working for pedophiles. Jesus Christ. It was what was taking place in Berlin. It was an initiative to allow children to come into Europe first. They were just almost like anchor babies. They were like, well, because the war is taking place all over the Middle East, if we let the children in first, it's going to look cruel to not let the parents in as long with them. I didn't know all this pedophilia shit was going on. I had no idea. So I realize now, knowing that was a way to get the kids, But I know how it looks after wars. I've been to war camps. I know how these things look. I know how things looked after floods. I know how things look when you didn't listen to your intuition. The coldest night I ever had in my life was 3 years ago in Paris. I took my entire family. It's like 8 of us. If I could show you a picture of it. No, it wasn't 8 of us. It was 10 of us. Took them to Paris, and I walked past this Syrian man on the street. It was him, his wife, and he had 3 children, and they were sitting on a vent. And he just got to Paris, and because he didn't leave sooner, he ended up on a vent, And I felt terrible for him because he was beautiful, his family was beautiful, you could tell they were very, very wealthy. But because he did not listen to his heart and get out of Syria faster, he ended up in the streets of Paris living on a vent. And worse, I gave him my gloves, and they were beautiful rabbit skin gloves Ariel bought me for Christmas. And I gave him a bunch of money. And he felt ashamed to get it from me. And was like, God damn, man, you fucked up. You in the street. You know, because they tell the whole world, when you see one of this, you just disrespect it. And let me tell you something was fucked up, which y'all don't realize. Y'all, here's for everybody who knows what they're calling, I'm going to call us chocolate guys, okay? Because I'm tired of this black shit. Let's call us Count Chocolates. Because we know how to count. Call me Count Chocolates since I like numbers. So what I want to understand is this. I want you to understand, for anybody, if anybody don't, I want you to, if you have a little guy who's chocolatey, what I want you to do is consider something for me. I want you to consider that we have a system where when you look like this, I have to base my entire life on shitty treatment. And it's inbred in our culture. And everybody in the world knows it's okay to talk down to Count Chocolates. That's our new name. We're gonna start calling us Count Chocolates. You don't like it, don't care. I ask y'all Count Chocolates. Every time I see somebody who call, no, you ain't black, nigga, you a Count Chocolate. So look at this. I want you to see this video for me, please. I want you to understand something. This was me. Fuck no, that wasn't. That's not me. That was never me. Hold up. Man, stop me. No. Oh my God, it's terrible. I was never in Grecia. I was never in Enrique Iglesias. What the hell? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. What's not me? Why not me, right? What is the song? Please, I just feel terrible. It's gotta be another one. Okay, where's my I'm sorry. This is going on too long. Y'all ain't gotta listen. This is this ties in. I just want, please consider this. Just please consider this. Please consider this. People who look like me have a very tough existence. And when I say tough existence, I mean we have a very tough existence. And please. Come on, man. Let me shut this down. I don't know how long it's taking, but don't love me. What can I do? Just put on my best pair of shoes. Okay, perfect. All right, it's working. All right, this ain't the song I want. This ain't the song I want. All right, so stop. This is called stop. See, they probably trying to. You see me pressing it. They're trying to get me kicked off for some. See, I'm trying. They messing with me. Check it out. This is my special mixtape of my songs, and I want you to see something. I want you next time y'all see a person, a Count Chocolate, and call him Count Chocolate too. Next time y'all see a Count Chocolate, I want you to understand something and see something, and consider this, please. This is a favor I ask of you. Consider what it looks like and what it feels to be this. I'm sorry, I'm going through my come on, I'm almost there. Where is it, man? Can I get the whole list? Why is it just showing it like this? Man. Where is it at? Man, it's messing me all the time. This is my songs. Okay. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I need to see this video, and I just want you to consider something that I don't think anybody ever considers, because I thought if anybody considers this, they wouldn't do this shit. And I want you to consider something, and where you live in. What can I do? Your channel. Just put on. Goodness gracious, what can I? My computer is very slow. You gotta imagine everything that I do, the government has some hand in it where they like to fuck with you. So I'm just trying to find stuff, and I have a list I'm trying to get to that they just don't seem to want me to get to. I have a library, subscriptions. How about here? Nothing's working. Come on, man. They keep fucking with, like, and of course, everyone thinks you're just being paranoid. Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm just paranoid. And just for those who like etymology, paranoid means a person who has the ability to put two things together. So the answer, yes, I am paranoid. I do have the ability to put two things together and make a connection. That's the definition of paranoid. Paranoid don't mean that you think things are happening around you that aren't. It means that you have the ability to connect two things and put them together, which I have that ability, and I have a shitty computer, and I can't, like, that's how long it took for it to mute after I was finished it. What is his name? Man, you gotta get this. Maybe what's wrong with me? I think it's what's wrong with me. Wrong with me. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I think that's it. Is this it? Come on, please, 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 because it's getting my nerves. My computer's so slow. Come on, come on, come on. Please. This is fucked up because I have a list of songs and they're not letting me get into my shit. Let me give me 1 second. Y'all can check out if y'all want to. Y'all can go and look at Charles Barkley. What a buffoon. He don't realize that old coonery is for last. The world's gone. That world's gone. That coonery is gone. I click on something. Come on, man. Go ahead and go. I'm sorry. My kids upstairs. My kids are poisoned, and 3 of my stores burnt down. All my money was stolen. There's been 3 murder attempts on me. My boat was stolen. 9 practices are at the Mexican border. My bus is at the Mexican border. They've held onto it for 2 years. Won't even talk to me about them holding my shit. Won't let me buy it back. And my children were accidentally poisoned. Well, I have to go and deal with them right now. But I want you to understand that this guy right here, where's this guy? Gets to determine whether or not my children get their medical care. So we live in an existence Well, this insignificant piece of shit gets to stop my kids from getting their medical treatment. You understand? Y'all hear that shit? See, my child hasn't been asleep in 3 whole days. Ha ha, that's hilarious. But you gotta understand, I'm gonna get some get back for that. You gonna understand? I'm gonna get some get back for that. Y'all understand? You're gonna get some get back for that. So, I don't know how this is gonna come across, but this went way off the rails. But I need you to know that I do not lie, and I swear to God, what was done to me and my boy, and what's being done right now, the people who've done that, I swear to God, listen, they're not smart enough to realize that they're not smart enough to realize that I get it. And guess what? He does that all night. He just he's in bed all night and just laughs all night in my ear. And I know that's hilarious, isn't it? Y'all gotta understand something. The people who are keeping him from getting his treatment gotta realize something. So on that note, let me go ahead and deal with these children and keep keep this vessel preserved, because time is on my side, and I'll just keep sitting here, eating my food, doing what I'm doing, and I just watch y'all shit break. Because when it all the way breaks, I have a special set of skills that I will be demonstrating on all the folks who, come on, let's get a look at you. Say hi. Come here, Santana. Come here, man. Come here, man. Come here. I know, but come here. So, you dig? This is my son, Santana, and this piece of fuck right here gets to determine whether or not my kids get medical treatment. What would you do if this was your son and this was the man holding up your shit for your son to get his treatment? What would you do? What would you do to him and his family and his lineage and anything that he ever knew? What would you do to everything that he ever smelt, breathed? What would you do to that man if this was your situation? Especially when the motherfucker already confessed to a crime. You understand? So my son does this, you understand, and all night, and he hasn't slept in 3 days, because he doesn't have his treatment. And you understand how insignificant pieces of shit can. You understand? Y'all think that he should have the ability to do that? I don't think so either. So like again said, Mr. Meinster, you made a decision about me and my family and my life. I've made plenty of decisions about you, your family, your life, everything about you, Mr. Meinster. I've made a decision about how everything's going to go for you. We don't even kill now. You can go ahead and use your FBI and your courts, but they're not around. And I want to assure you, the 3 million people in prisons, you know what? We just understand something. The 3 million people in prison, they're getting to know you already. But I want to let you know something. You will not understand that you will be dealt with. I'm not going to do nothing to you. But you know what? Who's to say someone else's child been poisoned and said, you know what? That's pretty fucked up. You know what? Santana can't get him, but you know what? Maybe. I'm just letting you know. There's nothing that's not going to happen to you. Nothing. I'm not going to do nothing to you. I'm just letting you know there is nothing that's not going to happen to you, Mr. Howard Meinster. I'm not going to do it. I'm a peaceful man. I'm just letting you know there is nothing on this planet that's not going to happen to you. You get to keep my boy from getting his medicine. God bless you. Go upstairs. Oh. That's funny, Mr. Meinster, ain't it? I just want you to understand, Mr. Meinster, you know my voice. And I think everybody in the world understands what I mean when I talk to you. So I want you to understand something. Me and you are connected forever in life and death. And whenever you decide to die, I'm going to follow you through hell. Because what you did, I'm going to get your ass for that. Just understand, you're going to be got for that. When this is personal, understand, I'm going to get you. But not violently. I'm going to get you with God. God! Hey, I need you to do something to Mr. Meinster.